the guy had violated. He ran on stage and tackled a performer, respected performer. It wasn't at the Oscars, so you fucked up. And got his.
I'm telling you,
got his ass took bad. So Deuce Andretti, how's that picture coming along?
I'm coming
buddy?
along with it, baby.
Yeah,
Coming along.
I know we disagree on this, but I'm telling you, I fucking love it. Okay, I love when somebody, goddamn, like, listen, that
man will never be the same.
Yeah, and he deserves not. Listen, he deserves it. Why are you going and attacking
somebody? That's a strong word to say.
Because why?
Yeah.
No,
why do you have the audacity to go onto someone's fucking place, go into someone's place of work and attack them?
Yeah.
Isaiah Lee.
And then what happens from there?
He goes to fucking jail, Paul.
For how long?
Happen.
For how long?
I have no idea.
30 days?
He can get fined. He can get sued.
Oh.
So much bad shit could come from this already. But
that
now
nigga learned his lesson.
Arm look
but
broke.
now
He learned his lesson.
But now when you're in the car.
Sit.
That's an easy one. That's an easy one.
That's funny.
And when you're getting your back blown out,
All right, love you, bye.
sit in politics on your mind.
Matter of fact, I
You
saw
should be
you
listening to my voice.
Speaking about my sister, I saw your fucking brother today.
How was that?
Paul, I'm gonna let you in on a secret.
What, dude?
I saw him too.
Wow. Hold on. Does he work at a restaurant?
He works at Outback.
He does.
I didn't want to say where it was, but that's cool. He probably doesn't care.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, yeah.
Hopefully, you don't got no enemies.
He probably doesn't care.
Hopefully, you don't got no enemies.
Yeah. I'm more private than most, even though I do a podcast oddly. But yeah.
No, I saw him at Hooters today.
Oh, okay.
Because I had to drop off my partner for work. His dad was there, and then he's like, "Yo."
It must be afternoon, Dad.
Yeah, it was, dude. So he was supposed to be at work at 5, right? Tell me how I dropped Jake off at 4:54 at Outback. I mean, at Hooters, and who's sitting there talking to us?
Oh man.
Devin. I'm like, dog,
Of
you
course.
got work.
Yeah. No, I'm not
Fucking
surprised
minutes.
by that. I'm
Yeah.
definitely not
My
surprised.
brother, right? He's supposed to be at work.
Yeah.
Can I be honest
So
with
he
you?
was a little late today.
Every time I've
and
been
a little drunk.
Every time I've been to Hooters, I've seen him. I'm not kidding. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't-
Within the last year. Every time I've been to Hooters in the last year, Devin has been there. Shout out to Devin, man.
Devin, bro, what a
Yeah.
G.
Shout out to little bro, man.
So
Yeah.
I did
light skinned God.
I did
Ball
pick
like
him
I'm
up.
Kobe.
I
You
did
know
pick
what I'm
him
saying?
up on my flight teams.
Check him
did.
out on PSN. You know what I mean? Doing his thing.
Devin's cold, man.
We'll
but
see
he's
if he
just
ever. We'll see if he got. He has to show up to the game.
He's just lazy, bro.
Man, we gotta
I
get
literally
Devin
was
here.
on your flag team just so Devin would play.
Yeah,
Because
and
Devin
you guys
is-
still halfway showed up. Like, listen.
It wasn't about me.
Speaking of
Damn.
like money things, okay. We have a flag football season, okay. Hey man, you going to play? Yeah, I'm going to play. All right, we got about 10 weeks in there, 9 weeks in there, right? Listen, I'll go on Snapchat on Saturday. Games are Sunday morning.
here you go.
I'm on Snapchat Friday night, Saturday morning, and this motherfucker's in Jamaica.
Hold on. One thing, I'm sure this isn't what you're doing, but Friday, Saturday, that's a dangerous time to be on Snapchat. Just saying. That's another conversation we can have. I'm just saying. You were playing with fire when you were checking people's stories at that time, regardless.
That's true. But no,
Right.
he
You might see
like,
something you don't want to
like,
see.
Or that you want to
here,
see, but you shouldn't have seen.
Yeah.
Like he's
but you wanna look.
in Denver one time.
Yeah, I was in Denver.
He's in Jamaica, like I want to say
Bahamas.
Bahamas. Yeah, like there was about 5 different like locations that it's like, okay, you are well more than a drive away from our game. You're obviously not fucking coming tomorrow.
Oh wow!
And it's like,
Okay.
is your fucking brother coming or not? And it's
Hold
like,
on.
and Devin's with him too, and I'm like, what the fuck?
But hold on. But then when you talk to him, or did you reach out to him?
Oh, I reached out to him during the week though. I'm like, hey man, y'all gonna make it, right?
And he would give you weird assurance, right?
Well, he's
like,
saying,
yeah, bro, I probably could make that happen.
Yeah, I'll be there. And then
I was supposed to be in the Bahamas, but I'm pretty sure I can make that happen, bro. I got
Saturday,
you.
like honestly, and correct me if I'm wrong, dude. How many times I snap you? Like I'll see a story and I'll do like the text out of the story, and I'll be like, so you're not coming tomorrow?
No, bro, definitely. I'm a yeah.
But let me tell you this: the 1 week I did come back,
Okay,
Paul wasn't there.
Wow.
What?
Okay.
Paul wasn't there. Yeah, Paul wasn't
Yeah.
there.
But you were consistently there.
I'm always there. I'm the quarterback.
He has
have
to be
to
there.
show up.
The 1 week he wasn't there. It's crazy because I was the only person that probably played quarterback on that team in high school and didn't play a snap.
Yeah.
Only time I played quarterback when Paul was there.
Well, you played quarterback, right, in high school?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, one thing.
Taught me how to throw.
One thing I want to just point out. We can get back into that.
I tell you
That'd
that.
be an interesting.
Let
Yeah,
me give
tell
his
that story.
credit.
Actually.
Let me give his credit. This man right here, listen, had a beautiful ball, man.
Go ahead.
I'm
man.
talking about like a moon ball.
Okay.
He had me throwing moon balls in high school, bro.
Yeah. Your whole motion comes from Paul.
Bro, he changed it.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about
changed
like?
it.
I'm a QB coach.
Have you ever thought about that?
Had me from breaking it down.
But I mean, okay. So
You don't have the time.
So if we're going to get into that, so in high school, when I transferred, we didn't have a quarterback coach at Northport.
Real Spill Podcast. We're here. It's Paul. It's Deuce Andretti. Big Baby. We're in the building. Y'all know what it is. Like, share, subscribe.
Yes,
we don't
sir.
even got to say much. You know what it is. Definitely keep it going up. Share it with somebody. That makes a huge difference for us. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. But let's go ahead and get into the story.
So like we didn't have a quarterback
Shout out to
coach.
Northport, by the way.
So it was like you
GB.
go, like I go there and it's like, all right. So basically they saw that I knew what I was doing and knew techniques and how to coach it because of my dad's been a coach my whole life. I'm obviously invested into it. So it's like, all right. So they would have me coach the young quarterbacks like Marcus. Mm-hmm. Before he passed, that was like that was like my little protege. Like that, I took him I've changed his whole throwing motion, changed the way he read the defense. I was training him in the weight room and getting him bulked up with the right lifts to help increase arm strength. I think that off season, we've already increased his arm strength like 10, 15 yards.
Honestly, though,
he was gonna be raw.
Now I know why.
Yeah.
He made a jump.
Yeah, dude, big time, bro.
He made a jump. It was very evident. Marcus was a junior, and he was one of the few people.
Sophomore.
He was,
You know,
he was one of the few people ranked.
And I don't want to put your first and last name out there, but you sound like a quarterback coach, big dog.
Yeah, hey man, that's what's up. But
You know
no,
what I
like
mean?
honestly,
100%.
like so like about Warner, like okay, like D, that's in the NFL. Like that's congrats on D, man, signing with the Colts. Good for you, bro. Hey, good luck out there.
That's a great fit.
Yeah, great fit. Honestly, for a 6'2", 220 running back, there was a 4.3 that's north and south. Indy's
And in the first
place.
2 years, actually, man, the
Perfect
whole
spot.
time you there, you don't even have to be the bell cow.
No, and
Go ahead and make your money,
just
kid.
earn your place.
Make your money, kid.
But like a lot of my guys will go to college, but it's just, dude, you got to teach football, right? But as far as quarterback is concerned, yeah, dude, I can shout out to anybody who wants to play quarterback in the Charlotte County area. I can definitely add 10, 15, 20 yards to your arm strength. I can add a tremendous amount of accuracy. It's just technique. But back to Northport, we didn't have any coaches, so I coached myself. Then when I went up to college, quarterback coach was offensive coordinator, who he's like linebacker. He was an undersized like a 5'6" linebacker that played college football because that's how instinctual. Like he is a fucking genius because he's coaching. Last time I checked, it was either Maryland or Michigan. He was on their staffs, but he's never coached quarterbacks. So he kind of left like technique drills to me. Like I would literally take me and the other freshmen and like one of the sophomores, and I would put us through quarterback drills. So it's like, yeah, so that's kind of what I would love to do. I always wanted to do. But when I had my son, I did have an opportunity to go coach somewhere because somebody who I coached that knew me as I was coaching youth was saw that I was able to. So RPOs, right? That's now a thing now. I had 7th, 8th graders running that shit 10 years ago, like before it was even like a thing. So we're running it in fucking Pop Warner football, executing it. So he was going to get me to start at like an NAIA school, but my thought was if I ever want to make money with it and do it for real, I got to leave. And if I leave, who's raising my son? And it's like, so
That's never thought about uprooting everything and just going for it.
Me and his mom were like that, man. Me and his mom were not together. So it's like when he's old enough to go on his own, maybe it's something I'll redo, you know, something I would work back to. But I got a call today for youth football. And I said, listen, man, I work too much. AC Tech, you know, I'm working all the time, but I have no problem going out weekends, coaching up your quarterbacks, and I'll consult, man. You want to know some offensive shit, I'll help you. But outside of that, dude, there's not much else I can fucking offer at the moment. But yeah, once I get my own business, I'm coaching.
Yeah, right.
Once I'm self-employed and I can set aside some time, I'm fucking coaching.
And that's in the plans.
Yo, that's the plan. That's the next step.
You need to be
dude.
coaching, bro.
That's the next step. That's my life, man.
Okay.
So it's like, yeah.
Nice. So speaking of which, coaching, something that you can't coach. You can add a couple yards onto a ball, but you can't coach leadership into somebody. Speaking of which, Ryan Tannehill, somebody that hasn't shown an ounce of leadership since he's been in the league, in my opinion, really showed that this past week when asked a question about whether or not he'd be mentoring Malik Willis. And he said that's not his job. If he learns anything from him, that would be great, but that's not going to be his intention. And obviously... obviously, what I would point out in this scenario is just a complete lack of self-awareness. You know what I mean? You just got a huge paycheck. You know what I mean? You just got paid from them. They're obviously expecting something. You're this close, really, as a roster standpoint. You should have some, just once again, like I said, the big word for me is self-awareness here. As far as like what the team needs from you, what example does that set for the rest of your team? What kind of attitude does that set forth? What kind of attitudes does that enable in your locker room?
Exactly.
Nothing good comes of that, in my opinion.
No. And I mean, honestly, you got to think how that trickles down. Like and you got to think, like, okay, so was Derrick Henry supposed to look at that dude they drafted last year, Nichols, I forget his name, but like, and say like, "Nah, ain't my fucking job to train him."
Sure.
I mean, at the end of the day,
show him how to be a pro. At the very least.
Like, here's my thing. Okay, he's a 3rd round pick. Okay, the guy's talented, and if you're scared of his talent, then you're a bitch, because this is the NFL. Everybody has talent.
Don't you think? Well, I mean, I think that's what you're saying. Like, if he's intimidated by a 3rd round draft pick, then it kind of speaks volumes to his own.
Yeah, his own security and security. Yeah. But my thing is, okay, so Aaron Rodgers plays at an MVP level.
Yeah.
Takes his team to the NFC Championship game.
They drafted a quarterback.
They're a score. They drafted a quarterback. They traded up to draft a quarterback in the 1st round.
For sure.
So he had a right to be pissed off. Because that's disrespectful. Okay, sitting there in the 3rd round and a 1st round quarterback falling to your lap as you have an aging quarterback sitting there that hasn't delivered on that Super Bowl, you'd be dumb to not take that opportunity. When your team is kind of set up everywhere else to succeed.
Can I make another point though? I think that as like from Ryan Tannehill's perspective, it also speaks to him just being a little short-sighted in this scenario.
Yes,
we've seen recently teams draft quarterbacks and then turn around and turn them into assets, and trade them.
Yes.
So in the long term, especially this being a 3rd round pick, I totally agree with you as far as like going and getting a 1st rounder. Oh my bad! I thought you were passing that. It shows that your number one priority from Aaron Rodgers' perspective in that case isn't to maximize his career.
Exactly.
So
it's to replace him.
Exactly. And in this case, when you're drafting a 3rd round quarterback, it just looks like an opportunity that you can't pass up.
Exactly.
If you can draft Malik Willis and then turn him into maybe multiple 1st round picks in 3 years, or he could become your quarterback. But
so Ryan Tannehill needs to read the fucking room and read the situation. Okay, so Malik Willis is a talented guy who everyone said is not ready to step in and play in the NFL. Okay, and they said he ran a simplistic offense at Liberty. That their biggest concern is, will he be able to handle everything that comes with playing quarterback right off the bat? Not that he won't be able to at some point. So the plan with him is already a 3-4 year plan.
You know what? And I also think all of that criticism going towards Malik Willis, the best person to pair him with is the guy who fucking blew the playoff game last year and had to go see a therapist about it in the fucking offseason.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like literally 3 interceptions in that game, I believe.
Yeah, dude, he blew them. He lost in the game. The team literally said we're going to just not let Derrick Henry win. And all Tannehill had to do was just hit his fucking passes. But he did what Tannehill does. And again, that's been his issue. Remember, when he was in Miami, the reports came out that he was mocking rookies for how much money they made compared to him. That he wasn't a good leader in the locker room to any of the guys. He wasn't a mentor.
Okay.
And again, you have to take people under your wing because, again, you're a quarterback, right?
Yeah.
So my thing is, I'm a quarterback, and I see the game from a different perspective than everybody else, right? Because you have to know that what each player does on every play, and you have to know what the defense is willing to do, and what that defensive end, instead of rushing up here, he's going to stunt on this play. So you have to try to see it in a different glass, right? So it would be great for you to be able to share all that knowledge with everybody on your team. But if you're so insecure about that you have to be the smartest guy in the room, that you have to be all this, then he probably isn't sharing all that information.
Sure.
No.
He probably doesn't want A.J. Brown to make him look much better. I know that sounds counterproductive because of stats, but I'm saying from an egotistical standpoint, if he's not wanting to mentor the young quarterback that's going to take his spot in 3-4 years when he's done, then I don't think that he's willing to really mentor anybody else around him.
So I agree and disagree with you because in one way I think that him laughing at other rookies and shit like that does support what you're saying. But I mean, also, I could see how the quarterback thing. It's totally still him being a bitch and still being insecure, but it is more of a direct competition thing. So I understand him being a little bit more sensitive about that scenario, 100%.
Yes, and
like this guy could take his job. AJ Brown, like you said, if he does better, it's just going to make him look better. But my point being is that I do agree overall, like the rookie shit in Miami and just this statement in general. It's interesting to me that he doesn't think that that's a part of his job description.
And that's my concern, is it should be. Your job, you're the dad or the big brother there. You should want to take everybody under your wing. You think Peyton Manning looked at any of his backups and said, nah, fuck you? Or you think Peyton Manning looked at any rookie on that team and didn't try to give him some knowledge? It
felt like that when they fucking played for his ass. They looked like that was the first time they ever fucking cracked open the playbook. Curtis Painter, holy shit!
Yeah, which I don't even understand that. But like they said how like Peyton would look at rookies on the field and like call them out by the number, but would have them do things and teach them so much. That's why when they came into the games, these random guys, just like Brady, New England, they're ready to play in that position. Yeah. Because you constantly shared that you were the leader, that yes, you took it as your job to teach everybody else. And to like the competition thing, again, Marcus was technically my competition because Pryor was wanting Marcus to play. Right. But I didn't sit there and say, well, shit, this guy who's more athletic
different
than me,
in a high school scenario, though.
Yes, no, because I'm trying to get to college.
I don't know. But it's already built in that you're going to be going somewhere.
No, it wasn't.
No.
Well, what do you mean you can't stay in high school forever?
No,
so
right.
like after 4 years, was he the same grade as you?
No, he was 2 years younger.
Okay, then there's a hold up, but real quick, because there's in football in general, there's always kind of like perceived kind of mentor program with those quarterbacks to first string to second string. Like, I agree with you. I think that relationship is kind of built in. And in high school, though, the relationship would ideally anyways be, obviously he could just kick ass and then take your position. You're right.
Right.
But ideally, obviously, you're going to play it out. He's going to start as a junior on varsity. Like, that's how it goes a lot of the time.
But if you remember prior, dude, I'm telling you, man, he wanted an athlete.
You can't get around coaches that are cunts.
He wanted an athlete. Dude, listen, there's a game in North Fort Myers. I swear on my son, dude, I have like 150 yards rushing the first half. Right.
Wow, okay.
Like honestly, like I've broken nuts. 2 long runs. Yeah. So, or by midway through third quarter. So he comes to me and pulls me, and he goes, "Hey, man, if you're able to do this, we got to see what Devontae can do." And put Devontae Bailey at quarterback. Dude. 3 straight plays, negative yards.
Wow.
Right. And then we punt.
Why do you think that was right off the bat? I'm just curious.
Because
I'm assuming this guy's faster, more of an athlete.
Because it was disrespectful. It was basically, well, if you're doing this, shit.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like,
so why did he fail? Is why I'm asking.
Because he wasn't making the right reads. Because there's so much more. Yeah, we're running the triple option, but when that guy crashes, what's his crash path and how do you get around it? Then are your eyes on the backer to see if that's a pitch relationship? Are you trying to manipulate that whole thing with your first 2 steps? See, that's all things that really go into football. Yep. Every single step is a decision and a manipulation to that defense. That's why me, as a slower runner, can break a 50-yard run against Sarasota Booker, right? Or in college, break a 60-yard run on Hargrave Military Academy with all D1 prospects on the prep team, right? Because it's all about the way that you manipulate angles. And there's ways around that being a good football player differentiates yourself. Right. But what I'm saying is he really wanted Marcus to play. They wanted to move me to linebacker or fullback. So, because again, we weren't throwing the ball. I'm a passing quarterback. Yeah. We're running a triple option. So, but I didn't take that as like, hey, man, I can't let Marcus like beat me. And I wanted to be the best quarterback the school ever had. So why would I want somebody else to be better than me? Right. So again, that's where ego comes in. You got to put that ego aside. Yeah. When I went to college, we had 3 freshman quarterbacks with me. Yeah. And again, it was kind of put on to me to, hey, listen, I'm going to take Noogie and we're going to run the offense. I need you to kind of run these drills. I didn't not tell John, how to properly, read the deep. Hey, this, we're going against cover 2, not cover 3. So these are our keys. Hey, when you read it, we're reading it. Where's the safety lineup? Blah, 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 blah. We won't get too in depth, but elbow relationship on when you're throwing, bringing the hip through all this. I was helping shit. And here I am as a 17, 18-year-old freshman with the same guys that D2 football, you don't get scholarships unless you're a starter.
Sure.
So it's like, you're basically like, I'm hurting myself, but the idea is we're a brotherhood. I should want you to be the best you can be. So that all comes back to Tannehill. You're making millions of dollars. You are the face of the franchise because you're the starting quarterback. Derrick Henry is, but you're the starting fucking quarterback. You're Ryan Tannehill. That's a big
What
Does he get paid more than Derrick Henry?
Yeah,
Ryan Tannehill needs
Sure
he does get paid more significantly. And Ryan Tannehill needs to understand when you become a teacher, you become that much better at at your craft.
Yes.
So they
Great
want
point.
you to teach someone else some shit.
Right.
Because you know what? You're going to learn some shit teaching them.
Also on top of that, I want you to keep going in on that because I think that's a great point that you just made. But then just to add to that is you're underestimating Malik Willis if you think he doesn't have anything to offer back to you because I'm sure he does.
Exactly.
But I'd like if you have anything else because that's a great point. Honestly,
I mean,
100%.
but my whole point is just basically like, when you're teaching the intricates to your job, like when you're going into the fine tuning details, like Paul said, it's like you got to go in depth. It makes you really reevaluate how you do what you're doing.
Yep, it makes you go back over it.
Makes you go think about, damn, wait a minute, I'm teaching this motherfucker this, but I might be fucking up a little bit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So let me go ahead and go back to the drawing board with this. And I think that would be the best thing probably for his career, to give him something of like basically
Jesus Christ.
Fucking snap. What the fuck was that? Pure disrespect.
Nah, but yeah, it's just he'll learn a little something though. Tannehill really just when he said that, bro, and he knows how I feel because I tagged him on Twitter.
But
try to block my shit on Instagram, pussy.
But
on Twitter I got your ass, clown. But anyway, he literally sounded just like a crybaby ass bitch. And then here's what my biggest problem with that. What he did is he literally he said what he said about Willis.
Yeah.
And then came with that sob story about he had nightmares about the game. It was just like you said some sideways shit. You knew you said some sideways shit, and you try to walk it back by playing the damn victim. We're not letting you.
You think that was intentional? That's interesting. I hadn't even thought of that.
You're not
yeah, probably.
No grown man is dropping that he's depressed.
No, that happens all the time. People tell
not like
Cam
that.
Newton said he went to a sports psychologist. That's a common thing.
He owned that shit. He was like, "Yeah, I was having those. But I had to see the therapist. Yeah, I was.
Oh shit! Yeah. By the way,
yeah, I had nightmares.
I have nightmares.
Yeah, I wasn't sleeping.
Yeah, that's
it's like,
facts.
dude, it's like you just said some crazy shit. Yeah. Everybody looked at you like, did this motherfucker just say that? This is front page of the newspaper shit. And then you want to walk it back.
And it's going to reflect really poorly on him to his
and his
teammates.
leadership. And the GM, the coach.
Oh, yeah, of course.
They're going to look at you like,
exactly.
bro, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, but immediately he's impacted by how it'll impact his teammates. But yeah, Paul, please.
They might trade him.
And two things real quick on it. Like, again, look at how Aaron Rodgers is the perfect example. Like, I just want to get back to it real quick. He experienced Brett Favre literally doing that to him. Yeah. Right? Saying, I think my job to mentor him. Blah, blah, blah. And you saw how Aaron took that. And it took him a long time to stop being fucking salty to other people about it, right?
We still feel like he's kind of a shithead.
And then,
he's just a shithead to everybody.
He's so against. Yeah. But he really took that mentorship thing with Jordan Love. Like, he's really taking him under his wing and really, like, taking him in and taught him. Yeah. Again, then his team traded up to replace him.
But that's not Jordan Love's fault.
No, it's exact, and that's the thing.
And
so Aaron Rodgers said, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and mentor. And maybe if Jordan Love was better, it'd be different.
Well, no, but Aaron Rodgers
definitely looked at Jordan Love as hold up. He won practice.
Well, let me
it took one practice, bro. It took one practice. Aaron Rodgers was like, yeah, I'm not interested.
Well,
hey, bro, come here. Let me teach you some shit.
I feel you, but I think it speaks even more to like what we were saying earlier. I think it shows Aaron Rodgers' confidence in his own skills. So Jordan Love, but I think even fuck that. I think just Aaron Rodgers knows he's a bad motherfucker.
The problem is better than me.
He's got to be better than me. And there's like one other guy that's in that conversation, probably in Aaron Rodgers' head, and it's probably Patrick Mahomes.
But I think the problem. I think the problem when it comes to that though, is Aaron Rodgers is just like, okay, he's just that bad.
No, I feel that.
Sure.
I feel that.
Probably has something to do with that. But,
and then because how great he is. He's like, he's that bad.
Exactly. Yeah.
The gap is just so big.
His team would be idiotic. Yeah.
It would be stupid.
It would be dumb.
It wouldn't make sense.
But my next point is a little deeper. Is if I'm the GM, now I don't know Ryan Tannehill. I don't speak to him, right? Mm-hmm. Obviously, so I don't know what type of person he is in the locker room and in the meeting rooms.
Yeah.
But I find it hard. If you're a football guy, like we talk football, right? And the more you talk football, and the more you talk football on that level, the better the more you're going to understand, the more knowledgeable you're going to get, right? So just through conversation, he should be looking at mentoring Malik Willis. So is it down to the level that this guy outside of the lines isn't even that invested or talk football like that around the guys in the locker room and the guys in his room? Is he not associated with the backups in his room? Because that's the thing. We talked about Peyton Manning and his backups. Well, Dan Orlovsky worked with Matthew Stafford. He worked behind Andrew Luck. He was there when Peyton Manning was on his way out. And he said his job mainly was just to fucking basically watch film and write down all these notes for the starting quarterback. So him and Matthew Stafford have to be on the same page. So how are you not looking to mentor the guy who's literally trying to fucking give you notes on the team that you're fucking playing? That's how in depth and how specific the football gets at that level. Is that it's not just you watch film and okay, click.
You have
click.
guys.
No,
helping
you have fucking people writing notes. Hey, listen, on this play at this time they ran this and this situation, and this corner gives this talent on this play. And it just goes and goes and goes, and it's like. So how fucking disconnected is he from the rest of that quarterback room, which is supposed to be every second of your life during football season?
For sure. No, definitely. And I think, you have Kelly for the rest of the team.
I fucking hate Tannehill.
I got a question.
Tannehill, man,
let's move it past Tannehill, though. Go ahead.
So
you can say whatever
man.
you got to say about him, but let's just move past it.
Yeah, I'm just.
We've been talking about him for a minute.
I'm gonna rip him up a little bit, but
yeah. Oh, okay.
As bad as he played last year,
pause.
Yeah.
You know,
rip his grippers.
You know what I'm saying?
Rip him up.
You're damn right. No, but hey, but nah, for real. He played so bad last year, man. And then in the playoffs, he choked. He's riding Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry can't stay healthy because this dude's just on his back so damn much. It's just
broke his foot.
You know, he broke his foot because he got him on his back. You know what I mean? And then AJ Brown left. He's like, yeah, it's not to have a premier quarterback over here anyway. Jalen Hurts is not much worse.
He wanted that money, which that's another thing I would love to talk about after we get past this conversation.
I mean, we could jump into it.
Well, first I actually want to get into a quick leadership conversation off of this.
Go ahead.
At what point do you think it's fair from a team to assume that a player, basically assume that a player is going to step into a leadership role? So, for example, with this scenario with Ryan Tannehill, I do believe, one, there's a position responsibility, like you said, with quarterback, just based off of how you take in the game. But then on top of that, and I hate to be a money person and make it about money, but
you get paid that much
because that team is then committing to you, quote unquote, as their franchise quarterback.
Yes, they are.
You're our guy. I think you said Derrick Henry's the best guy, but still Tannehill's kind of like the face of the franchise in a way.
He was the highest paid quarterback at it. They made him the highest paid quarterback in the league it got broken immediately, but that was the thing.
No, 100%. So basically that's my question. When do you think it's fair for a team to expect a player to be the leader?
I mean, as a quarterback, you kind of have to. You kind of have to just do that. I think if you're a quarterback of a football team, you have to be somewhat of a leader. Yeah. If you're not a vocal leader, you have to be a leader.
So no matter how you were acquired, no matter what draft pick you were, it doesn't matter if you're a quarterback, you have to be a leader.
I think if you're a quarterback, you have to have a sense of control of the huddle. That's where you have to. But I think Tua, for example, Tua's not outspoken, right? He's a really reserved guy. So He's doubt.
A captain.
But in his third year. Now I was going to say, I think it takes after your second season, because I think your first season you allow them to, they have to move. They have to find a place to live. They have to find furniture. You might hire someone to do that, but a lot of people don't. You have to settle in. You have to learn your fucking route to the facility. You have to learn your route.
Well, let me stop you with that, because not all players even do all that.
No,
Some
right.
players are just trying. They just have a place to lay their head.
What
down.
I'm highlighting is just that there's a lot to go through in your first year.
Right. But
then your second year, you're okay. I'm instilled here. Okay. Now you're going through the motions of, all right, I'm becoming that mature player. And I think by that third year, you own that position group. You own that room. You're now a veteran.
So this is a quarterback we're talking about.
Quarterback, running back, anybody.
So in their third year, you're expecting leadership from any position.
From at least the room, yes.
I think, but this is my problem. I think leadership comes from players that are successful players. Does that make sense? I don't think at the quarterback position, I don't think you can be a quiet leader at the quarterback position. Because as the quarterback in the NFL, you're the face of the franchise, whether you're Trent Dilfer, whether you're fucking Sims. You know what I'm saying?
Phil Sims.
Phil Sims. No, not Phil. I mean, yeah, Phil Sims, his son.
Quarterback.
The other one.
Chris Sims.
Chris Sims. What's the one that won? Brad Johnson.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking about quarterbacks that won Super Bowls that were like fucking, to my opinion, dog water. So it's like they were still faces of those teams. So you have to be a leader at some point. Like you can't just be in that position and be getting success and not be a leader, right? So I think in Tannehill's position, he's fucked up. They got to look at that and be like, all right, we might have to trade Fooley because he went on TV fucking saying some stupid shit.
Vet.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing. Like I was saying, like okay, for example,
That's
like
immaturity.
Like let's bring Tua was asked about his leadership. Like what type of leadership are you? Like do you bring? And how has that grown? And what he said. And I filmed because this is how I was. I'm not someone who I'm going to fucking scream at you right after the play. Like I'm going to go ahead.
I don't know who hated me.
And when we get back to the sideline, we'll go over everything. But there's no sense in pissing you off in between plays. Then you have other people who are rah, rah, rah right away.
Yeah.
But like Tua said, at the end of the practice segment, when they're getting water or whatever, then he'll go up to his guys and talk to them, say, hey, this is what I kind of want to see. This is where we need to change. This is kind of the tempo, not kind of in that moment. And I don't think that's a wrong way to go about it. I think there's so many different ways you can lead. Like I went to college with a dude named Slim, who he went and played for Washington as a tight end in Indy. He was basically one of like the people who had the most respect. Didn't say a fucking word. Yeah. Just worked hard, and when he spoke, you fucking listened. So that's what I'm saying. Like that's a leader. You don't have to be the most outspoken person to be the leader, and you don't have to be the most successful. Like I think there's plenty of leaders on, special team roles. Like New England, they're Slater. You can't tell me he's not a captain of that team.
Well, I think even outside of football,
he's successful though.
Well, no, I think even outside of football, even
really.
Outside of that,
he's successful on special teams.
But that's success.
But
he's made money, bro. How much money has he made being a special team specialist?
But he's not DeAndre Hopkins. So I'm saying you don't have to be the most successful player. Like he's not the most successful player on the team. Damian Harris has way more yards.
What I'm saying though is most people in successful positions in football in the NFL are somewhat leaders to their team or their room that they're in. That's what I'm saying. So you can't find a player that is successful in the NFL and he doesn't command respect from his room.
Well, Miami would say Jesse Davis because I guess that's the only reason he was there was because he's like the leader of the offensive lineman.
I don't think that. See, I
sucked.
I think to be successful, I agree with you. You have to be a leader somewhat, but I don't think to be a leader you have to be successful. If that makes sense, you feel what I'm saying? Say it one more time for you.
Right? Yeah, no, because I think Brad Johnson. I mean, depends what success is. I mean. He did his job.
Or was Brad Johnson the leader of that team, or was it Warren Sapp, Derek Brooks, Rondé Barber?
There's good leaders,
well,
there's bad leaders. I mean, so like even like for another example I can think of is Richie Incognito was not our best offensive lineman for the Miami Dolphins,
right?
But he was undoubtedly the leader of even you would probably say the offense. I mean, he obviously had a huge impact on the culture of our locker room overall. Pouncey, yeah. Well, Pouncey would have been better, no doubt.
Right.
You know what I mean? But, I mean, Richie Incognito obviously had a huge print in a bad way. Go ahead.
So, for example, let's use New England again. Mm-hmm. Hoyer.
Right.
They're the only team that keeps a third-string quarterback, like on active roster. And then he's really their backup because he's like a coach in that room. Like, he is like, if they would love to, I'm assuming, like promote him to the quarterback coach or offensive coordinator.
They don't have an offensive coordinator right now.
Right. So right now it's like Brian Hoyer's the only person, and he's there. He's the leader in that room. Like Mac Jones is, like you're going to become the leader of that room. But let's not get it twisted. When he walked in there, Mac Jones didn't walk in there, with a heart on and swinging his dick around. He was probably, a little bit.
Hold on.
Let me try to fit in here.
Cam Newton was in that room.
Cam Newton's a big personality.
Yeah, right. So you have to understand when Cam Newton was the leader of that team the year before, just signed a contract for some guaranteed money, and so you have to understand Mac Jones walking into that room. If he didn't walk into that room trying to be the leader of the team, he wasn't winning the fucking job.
And again, back to Kyrie, let's bring it back a week or so. Let's just because you're a leader doesn't mean you're a good one. So again, Cam Newton's a big personality. He walks in, and I'm not going to sit here and say that he's not necessarily a good leader, but it's been said that he's not that great of a leader. So, I mean, again, he kind of did get like that game in the Super Bowl. Brady's team doesn't fall apart. And I fucking hate Brady. I respect him, hate him, but his team never falls apart. And there's a reason why. Because the leader the leader of the men on the field doesn't fall apart. Right? And when that happens, the team falls apart because who's holding it together? So that's where the leader of your team needs to be stable.
I rebuttal that because they fell apart in the playoffs last year with the Buccaneers.
Well, they're not going to win every fucking year.
Bill Belichick is the reason why that shit.
They won the Super Bowl the year before.
Bill
you fucked up a good point I was about to make just now.
No, Bill Belichick definitely was the reason why
Jamie.
I forgot.
That team was solid, bro.
Come
on, bro. That's New England's fucking persona, bro. Is solid overall teams. Like, they don't fall apart.
No, for sure. Well, I mean,
that's not what they do.
They're back to being competitive now, even. So, I mean, it took them a year. They had a year off. Now they're back to being competitive.
They weren't even that bad in their year off. That's the thing. And they were their roster was pretty depleted. He held it together a little bit.
Yeah. Damn, I wish I could remember what the fuck.
And please remember, dog. Goddamn.
Damn, it was some good shit.
Fucking Black Lives Matter, though.
I'm trying to remember what the fuck Paul said. That's what actually spurned it off. I was trying to respond to him when you responded. But either way, we can move into
bad leaders. You can be a bad leader.
Bad leader, yeah. I don't know. I don't want to spend too much time on
it.
it.
You can be a bad leader.
Not good podcasting. So all right. So Dave Chappelle, guys. Dave Chappelle was attacked on stage. He was
the
tackled.
Shit out of a dude.
Well, no, Dave Chappelle didn't beat the shit out of a dude, from what I understand. Actually, I had read something that said it was like Yo Gotti and shit.
Click full of demons.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
It was that. Well, I read that Yo Gotti
was
the part of the part of the group. Oh no, Busta Rhymes.
Wait,
yeah.
What about Busta Rhymes?
So Dave Chappelle was attacked on stage. He was tackled on stage. He got away, like he shimmied away from the guy or whatever the fuck. And then I had read something afterwards. So you've seen the picture of the guy that's fucked up, right?
Yeah.
Have you seen the picture of the guy that's
I
fucked
have
up?
not.
Damn it. All right, could you pull it up real quick? Yeah, just pull it up real quick. That'd be the easiest way. And I'll most likely put it somewhere around here in the podcast. Yeah, somewhere around in this area. I'm about to actually text myself this time right now. But yeah, so he was fucked up bad. And supposedly what I read was that it was Busta Rhymes, and I read that Yo Gotti was involved. Just because the guy had violated. He ran on stage and tackled a performer, respected performer. It wasn't at the Oscars, so you fucked up. And got his
telling you.
Got his ass took bad. So Deuce Andretti, how's that picture coming along,
I'm coming
buddy?
along with it, baby.
Yeah,
coming along.
I know we disagree on this, but I'm telling you, I fucking love it. Okay, I love when somebody, goddamn, like listen, that
man will never be the same.
Yeah, and he deserves not. Listen, he deserves it. Why are you going and attacking
that's
somebody?
That's a strong word to say.
Because why?
Yeah.
No,
why do you have the audacity to go onto someone's fucking place, go into someone's place of work and attack them?
Yeah.
Isaiah Lee.
And then what happens from there?
He goes to fucking jail, Paul.
For how long?
Happen?
For how long?
I have no idea.
30 days?
He can get fined. He can get sued.
Oh.
So much bad shit could come from this already. But
now
he
learned his lesson.
Arm looked broke.
He learned his lesson.
But now, well, I don't know. But now what might end up happening is this guy who's an asshole who
his arm is broken,
got a chicken leg going on, or chicken arm, chicken
Isaiah
wing.
Leg.
Prove who did it. Prove who did it. That's what I'm saying. Prove who did it. Because all I know is I'm tired.
Well, no, the venue. Fuck it. You don't gotta prove who did it.
I'm so
Sue the
tired
venue.
of people attacking people or antagonizing people and then just getting away with it. Like, no, you deserve it, man. Like, you fucking got what you deserve. Move on in life. Don't attack people. Again, I'm the person who I walk away from everything. Okay, I don't. Yeah. I like to get through without violence.
Yeah.
But at the same time, don't fuck with me too much because I'm a fucking knock your chin off.
I know you're doing research, but bad podcasting right now.
No, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I'm just
bad podcasting on the phone. Huh?
Talib Kweli, bro.
What are you talking about? Oh my god! So Talib Kweli?
Yeah.
Talib Kweli. What the fuck?
Are you saying?
Red Dogs from the Nation. Fuck it. Red Dogs from the Nation of Islam. Okay, yes sir. 5%. But yeah, no. So
anyway,
so he fucked him up.
No,
Is that what you're saying?
No.
So
He helped calm down fucking Will Smith when he was fucking over there hyperventilating about his broad.
okay, so where'd he come in on this?
I don't even know.
Oh, you're fucked up. Okay, so I didn't read Busta Rhymes was involved, but whatever. So your stance on this is like no matter how bad the person gets fucked up.
No, there needs to be okay. Let's like the Mike Tyson.
Oh, you
thing.
saw that guy, right?
Okay.
This was worse than Mike Tyson.
Yeah. Okay. They stomped his ass in. Okay.
Stomped his ass in.
Okay. The guy's going to be able to pee right and eat right. Okay.
You're making an assumption.
I am making an assumption. Okay?
I'm not sure that
he's
is the case.
alive. He's alive. Okay.
I think it's fair to assume that.
Okay.
That's the first thing you said that I think it's fair to assume.
So my thing is,
I don't know. That lump on his head was pretty big.
There should be there should be a limitation. So yeah, I think again, if you push my buttons, I walk away. Then you come and push my son to the ground.
Literally tackled. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Push your son.
Okay.
Wow.
For example.
This is another scenario.
Whoa,
for
push
example,
my
okay?
son to the ground.
I'm gonna hit your
drop
ass.
kick you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna fight. Now, if I knock your ass down, I'm not gonna then stomp on you. Okay.
Why not?
Because I'm just wait till the other
person needs to die,
I'm
Paul.
not
What do you
trying
mean?
to kill somebody.
You just put your hands on my
You
jit.
kick someone in the face,
Yeah.
you have a chance of really fucking breaking their jaw,
Yeah.
knocking teeth out. Now you're getting sued for a lot of money.
this gets
I'm
into
not
our-
getting sued
so-
for shit. You touch my son. I'm
Nah.
This
gonna
gets
fuck
into our
you
other
up.
conversation as far as where there's a difference between what's legal and like what should happen in a civilized society and then what's understandable.
Right,
You know
so-
what I mean? Like what you're
Right.
saying is understandable. I'm compassionate to it. I could see how it could get to that point, but it's against the law and like there's a
Right.
reason
So
why
they
we
should
have
change
these
that law.
If somebody tackles you, just fucking a group of you could just beat their ass.
I feel like you push my son to the ground. It's all liabilities to fuck you up.
I mean, that's different, and I feel you. Yeah, I don't. couldn't even imagine how I'd act
like I
in the
get it.
moment.
In a civilized society, we shouldn't have violence. But again, if you're coming at me constantly, you're not acting fucking civilized. Acting civilized would be just letting me go about my fucking business and leaving me alone. Okay, not randomly just attacking me and antagonizing me and coming at me for I don't know. You don't like the fucking shirt I'm wearing.
That's why but the thing is, there's a difference between like when your person you're talking about, is maybe not law abiding or whatever the fuck they're doing. I mean, if they're putting their hands on you, then I mean, you could defend yourself legally. You know what I mean? So it's like shit like that, like where he tackled Dave Chappelle. If Dave Chappelle like decided to beat his ass, or people should have been there to restrain him. You don't gotta like stomp his ass in, like
honestly,
you said.
Honestly, I know we said this before, but honestly, if you come and you swing and you hit me, right?
Yeah.
I think there's this law like. I think I'm going to misquote this, but
Oh, good. Fuck it.
it's like
Fuck him?
like a 3 like anyways like you give someone a chance, like basically like someone like pushes you and you say, hey, like don't touch me,
Don't do that.
Then they push you again
Please stop.
and then they swing at you.
I'm
Okay,
busting his
now
ass.
you're allowed to fucking hit them, and it's like hey, I gave them the opportunity
Sure.
not to fight. I had no other choice.
Yeah.
But let's say someone came and fucking shoved me from the back, right? And let's say it's you.
Okay.
Not you. Okay, I don't want to bring you in. Let's say it's somebody of our physique. Okay.
Got you.
Big guy.
Interesting.
Shoves
So
me.
now you're not going to use me, but it's more disrespectful because I now know
Because
that you.
where this is going.
I
I'm
inspired
saying-
this character that you're describing.
Because I don't
Okay,
wanna-
I'm not going to use you,
Oh
but
my
just
God.
imagine it's a sloppy motherfucker, right?
I said us. I said us.
I'm
Bigger.
playing. I'm playing.
No, like okay. So someone with strength. Okay.
Got you. Yes.
Okay. So
very
someone
strong,
with strength.
probably a lot of muscles.
Right.
Giant dick on him.
So
most likely.
Mandingo cock.
somebody who's slanging, okay? So somebody with some strength pushes me in the back.
Gotcha.
And I,
Okay.
shit, here I can say that I felt really threatened for my fucking life and turn and shoot him and kill him.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, and I can fucking walk. But if I turn around and fucking knock his
Slap
ass
him.
out and break his jaw,
Oh, I
Damn.
didn't-
I
I wasn't
I'm
going
now
there.
up for fucking assault,
Damn.
aggravated assault with bodily harm. I'm sued for his fucking medical bills.
Damn.
Et cetera, et cetera. It's like, shit, I'm better off.
You're breaking his jaw with one slap. God
No,
damn.
I said punch.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I thought-
yeah.
No, I said slap.
Oh, okay.
No, I said punch.
Slap.
Yeah. Open hand slap is always a good move.
Oh yeah, you can knock a nigga out with that.
Oh, 100%. Definitely woozy.
Catch him right on the job.
Well, so I mean,
Back
if
out.
somebody puts their hand on you, so you're saying that if you retaliate by beating their ass, that's something that you feel like you would be held legally responsible. I feel
think-
like you could beat their ass.
No, no, because
They physically put their hands on you and push
Pushed.
you. Like you're threatened. I agree. If you end up fighting, then it's like that's reasonable.
all you need,
because
bro.
like you have
Okay.
to protect yourself in the moment. In
Right.
that case, it's not reasonable
You can't touch
to
someone
call
for
the police
words.
and say, "Hey, this guy's." But there's a difference between like, for example, the Mike Tyson thing. Like, "Oh, hey, this is fucking Mike Tyson. Oh my God, tattoos on your face." Whatever that guy was saying. Like, it's really annoying and stupid. And I
touched
get
him.
wanting to smack him. Okay, I don't know. Sure, I don't remember.
Like,
I thought
he was
he
going
did
like this,
I thought he didn't. But even then, to be honest with you, I mean, if he's poking you,
no, he didn't poke at him. He just was like this in his face and shit.
So then he didn't touch him.
And then no, but then you could see he got close to him. And it looked like he got him.
So you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
No, it looked like he got him.
Killed my whole vibe. Yeah, killed my whole momentum for some bullshit. You didn't even know what the fuck you're talking about.
You can't do that.
You gotta watch the video. He definitely looks like he.
We watched the video last week.
It's close.
Oh, it is close, but I don't know. Okay, I feel you. I kind of stand on what I stand on there. He didn't put his hands on him, as far as I know. So if he didn't put his hands on you, then yeah, you could call somebody over and de-escalate. It's just not to that point where you have to. Like Mike Tyson was threatened. Let's be honest. Like if you were, I'm shocked. If I was Mike Tyson, I would never be threatened.
Again,
he's also diagnosed crazy.
Again, I
so
think
he can't even be charged.
I
for
think
anything.
again, like in that situation, he turned around and just pieced him. He didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't knock him to the ground and then keep pummeling.
No, he did.
I don't know.
He did, bro. He definitely was giving him some.
He was piecing him. He wasn't fucking.
Yeah, but he was piecing him, Paul.
He wasn't stomping him into the ground.
But those are heavy hands.
Yeah, but it's teaching him to fucking leave people alone. I guarantee you, he's not going to fuck with people.
Those are some of the heaviest hands on these planets.
And he's not going to fuck with people.
That's not his responsibility.
Okay, that's fair.
That's not your authority. It's not your responsibility.
It's not your son.
What charity do I need to donate to
get this to happen?
To go ahead and say, hey,
this motherfucker's ready to lobby for the fucking purge.
What politician wants to get behind this?
Yeah, man. Come support, man.
We don't need too much violence, but just a little, Listen, what about this? You sign a contract in the street saying we're consenting to a fist fight. You get into a fist fight, and then you go about your business. Okay, just like prostitution. Okay, well,
so you're basically hold on. So you're basically saying that you can't fight it all without getting prosecuted.
Well, no,
you can't.
Well, it depends on the state.
Battery.
Well, no, it depends on the state. And actually, Washington, I believe there's a mutual combat law. So like you can what you're
dope.
Like what you're talking about.
Exactly.
Like if you have an issue with somebody, you can say, "Hey, we're about to fight this shit out right now." And
bro, niggas box. Like you know how like we play football.
Yeah, that's different.
Down here in Florida and shit, like football in the South, like in Washington, like DC area, that's all they do is box.
No, this is Washington State.
Yeah, but I'm talking about two dudes at a bar. They're fucking gonna fight because one dude looked at his girl's ass, whatever, and then they consensually fight. Yeah. They get kicked out of the fucking bar. Then they get sent to jail because they fucking fought.
Yeah, but the thing is that also has like both people have to agree.
That's what I'm saying.
Which but that's different. That's different. I agree with that.
Can we write in the law where it's like if you both
blows
consent?
Up on me, pushes me, I think that's fair game. He's ready to go.
Like,
but then you have some people.
Some
people in Washington probably have people that cut them in line. Like, fuck that. Hey, are you ready to go outside with this shit? We can fight right now. You're like, no, bro. You can have the spot in line. To be real,
and then you just pull the contract out of your wallet and be like, listen,
exactly.
Now we're legally bound
motherfuckers.
we can fight and not get arrested because I'm telling you, if me and you fought, bro, that's called battery.
People are gonna start killing.
I can't hit you. I'm not allowed to punch you.
Yeah, but the thing is,
I think it would take down shootings because people would be able to fight.
People just beat each other to death.
No, because that's murder.
Well, but the problem is
you signed a contract.
When you get your ass beat, though, then you do have to lose. Somebody loses.
You got to take it, bro.
And then not everybody does have to take it.
You got to. Where is this America?
Not everybody takes it. No, look, I agree with you on this.
I know,
it's impossible to get to. I know, it's impossible to get to. It's just my fake.
Well, to be completely honest, I agree with it. Almost anything. If two adults consent to it, then I'm all about that. I think that is America and that is freedom. And like if two people want to kick their ass, do it. Two people want to
fuck for money,
whatever. Yeah, sure, let them do it. If somebody wants to smoke crack, I say let them do it. Not my business. I'm be honest.
I mean, definitely a problem.
Regulate.
No, listen.
Regulate everything.
If two adults,
you have a problem.
If
you have a problem.
Listen. I'm against. I would never. Okay, married. But let's say I wasn't. I would never buy a prostitute because one, no. Two, disgusting.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. What's the first one? Because you said one, no. I mean, we got to have a point.
Because it's a come on.
Because it's a prostitute. That's the first point. Okay.
This is the thing for me. I like.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
What's your three?
Three. It's illegal. So my thing is.
But no, you said if it was legal.
No, I'm saying if I wasn't Paul Balcom who's married,
and you said it was legal.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying I think it should be. Because, but I stopped myself and said that I would never do it.
Give me a good reason it shouldn't be.
Okay, but yeah, give me the reasons that you were going. Don't cut off the good shit.
No, the reason why I think it should be is because if two fucking adults are consenting, and then she says, "Hey, listen, I just want you to fucking pay me," and this guy says, "Hey, I'm willing to pay you."
Yeah, if I never have to talk to you again.
Yeah. Then who did it hurt?
Fair deal.
Who the fuck did it hurt? Like it did nothing. Oh well, we don't want to spread STDs. Well, that's their responsibility.
Victimless crime, quote unquote. It shouldn't even be a crime, but
It
it is.
shouldn't,
But,
like-
Okay,
and
but
then-
what about those guys that beat and rape and kill prostitutes?
what about those guys that beat and rape?
Oh, we can't say that word.
But we were on. We were
literally
on cue.
right,
Yeah. No.
In a bar.
You go ahead.
Yeah.
You go ahead and get them.
Yeah.
I mean,
okay.
yeah.
Okay. They do it in the bars. They do it in schools. They do it in colleges. They do it at homes. They do it to their kids.
Prostitution?
No. Guys
Reserved.
who
They're already doing that,
who
though.
reserve and beat people, and then they still have prostitution everywhere.
And they're completely exposed and getting
there's
fucking
no
murdered.
safety. There's
Yeah,
no
what do
way
you
to
mean?
there's no way to check in. Like there's no way to say, hey, listen, we know that she's on the clock.
They
Blah
get
blah blah.
pimps.
And but who God that's
Who do
fucking
the same
safe.
thing that we were just
that's
talking
fucking
about.
safe.
Well, it's
so
different,
instead,
though.
how about you make it a real
Yeah,
profession?
it's on OnlyFans now.
Let's go ahead and make it a real profession. That okay, you
virtual.
may not be proud of, you may not be proud of,
Right.
I may not be proud of, but it's not my fucking life. It's not our life. It's her life, and that's what she wants to do for money.
Poor girl.
It ain't on me. It's not
Yeah.
on you.
Someone's daughter.
But that's consensual.
She's
But
a-
she'll
she's
do
a
it.
mother.
Okay, but people will do it for free
What about
thousands
her
of
mother,
times
Paul?
over.
What about her mom?
Shit,
mother,
let her
Paul?
get paid for it. It's
Yeah.
just like how OnlyFans. Great. Hey, listen.
I mean,
okay.
I don't like prostitute. I mean, if you want to say, okay, there should be some.
I'm
Okay, let's
literally
call it an
talking-
escort.
Hold on,
How about
hold
an
on.
escort? You want to call it that?
If you want to say
Well, we
a
love that.
high level escort.
Okay,
I mean,
so let's just change the name. Okay, so let's call it.
We need to
escort,
rebrand it.
But
because
let's
prostitutes
an
need a rebranding
escort-
anyway.
Yeah.
because an escort is not necessarily.
Perfect
Yeah,
timing.
prostitute sounds too dirty.
An escort is not necessarily fucking you.
That's so
An escort
1600s.
is just on your arm for the night. And then if you do perhaps to intrigue her enough,
He's so naive. Listen to him.
with the bag. If the bag is just so happens to be big enough, then she's gonna open the glory.
That's prostitution.
But that's in a safe space.
But
no,
you want a high level
Not
of
all
entry.
not
you want
period.
to.
But
So you want to
escorting
neglect
is
the middle class.
illegal
I'm not
outside
talking
of
about
Las
like
Vegas.
the Motel 6 in freaking Arcadia where the fucking tricks are fucking.
But you do know that you
hanging
can't
their
be an
panties
escort.
It could be the
on door.
Dodge Ram.
You do know that you're not allowed to be an escort, right? Unless you're in Las Vegas. And that's what they call prostitution is escorts. They don't call them prostitutes in Las Vegas. They call them escorts. Okay, so again, like trust me, I
didn't know that, but that's interesting.
Because they're
said
not
it.
fucking hanging out on the fucking corner
on the
shaking
corner.
tail.
And that's if you had it legal. When you go to Europe, right? They have brothels.
Brothels.
You go into a fucking building and you go into a room with a woman who they are cleaned, they are tested, that everything's
That's
whatever
an escort.
sanitized.
I'm talking about a
They're
prostitute.
probably not going to stab you.
And then you walk in, you do your
Or just
business.
rob you.
You listen. You walk in, you see a receptionist. Okay, you sit down,
Paul,
and the
you
lady
seem like
comes
you've
out.
been
Takes.
there.
I've seen documentaries.
Oh.
The lady comes out, takes you in there. and blah, blah, blah.
Step-by-step documentaries,
Yeah, I've never
it
been to
sounds
Europe,
like.
but
I mean, I don't know,
I've
Paul.
watched
This
a
is
lot
in
of shit.
depth.
I've never heard
But
such a
again-
detailed documentary,
But
Paul.
again, like
You might have found a fucking branch in the You might have found a branch in the U.S. It sounds
It's
like.
like it's a secretary. Her name's Kayla. She asked for your name. It's Paul.
yeah. You really want to see a Hershey.
Oh my Jesus Christ!
Holy fuck.
Anyways, no, I forgot where we were going with this, but yeah.
because
Well,
you
you
were
were
in a
in
dark
about-
place.
It really, I think that like in America,
Yeah.
like okay, you consent to it, whatever. We should make it as safe as possible, like because it's happening no matter what, right?
Agreed.
Right? It's happening.
So regulate it.
It's
Put a tax
just
on
like
it.
it's just like okay.
Make money
For
off
example,
of it.
I have a son, right? He's
Yeah.
going to become a teenager. What did my mom do? My mom, when I was 12,
Found you a nice prostitute.
13, right? She went through my phone and saw some pictures that I took
yeah.
and all that, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, of yourself.
So what does she do? Yeah, because obviously I'm sending it, right? And
Oh,
what
I
does
didn't know if she found
right.
pictures that were sent.
Yeah, right.
That's
So
that's
what,
happened.
So what did she? Oh, she did, and then I told her no. Oh, so that's what? Forget the name I used, but this girl did when she took my phone to the bathroom. My mom was not dumb. She's like, okay, she knew who it was. So she went ahead and bought she went ahead to like the health department, got me condoms, brought them to me, and then went to her parents and said, hey, just so you know, I don't think they're doing anything yet, but I got them condoms, and it was like that. Wasn't necessarily saying, hey, I'm giving you permission to have sex. It's saying, hey, this is something you're clearly going to do anyways. So I'm just going to make sure that I'm doing what I can to make sure you're safe. And I feel like the government, that's kind of what you're there for. Is kind of just, hey, let's kind of let.
Can I pause you for a second?
Things go.
So you used to send dick pics.
Fuck yeah.
You've never?
Wow.
Did you not?
You've never.
What?
No, the question was you've never, because you got to get it. You got to. Yeah, that's what I'm saying right there. Okay. Yeah, you got to specify.
High school, dog. What are you talking about?
I wasn't doing it like.
I used to do AIM.
You were doing it young. I'm just saying like.
Middle school. No,
I'm gonna be clear. Hey, any picture you see of me is of me when I was like, all right, like 14. So I don't believe that size. You know what I'm saying? Don't believe that size. You know what I'm saying? That's some old shit.
Yeah, like,
Come back around, and it's a little different. You feel what I'm saying?
Shit, did you take? I would take the picture, put it on the computer. You know, like trying to email it to myself because like MMS costed extra money and shit.
Yeah.
And then I would send it through AIM. You know, AIM back in the day, and then we graduated to like,
I was talking
picture texting became a real thing. It's
Yeah.
not costing you money. And then it was free fucking dude. Shit, when
going-
I transferred to
you dick going
Northport,
everywhere, boy. All
first
the
thing
girls
I
looking at your
did
dick.
when I was transferring to Northport, first thing I did was there's a chick I knew from elementary school that I knew now that in high school she was a mutt.
Yeah.
So what I did was right before I transferred, I made sure to send her a pic just because I knew she would kind of, basically advertise for me. And then when I got there, I already had somewhat a reputation. I didn't think it was gonna be that bad of like he's a man whore, blah, blah, but yeah.
Well,
It was a play I made that wasn't the best, but
Yeah, you did have that title. You were like, they labeled you that bad.
just
yeah,
a disgusting piece of shit, right?
Yeah,
me
you
and
down
Rod,
That's what
bad.
he used to
me and
say.
Rod, bro.
Don't say you and Rod. I mean, Rod was still.
Don't break him into this.
Rod was still doing his stuck dizzle.
He's not here to defend himself. Let's just keep
we
it
had
on
a competition.
Yeah. You
Oh,
guys
really?
were-
That's interesting.
You had
Okay,
a-
that's an
you had-
off-camera
you had a-
conversation.
Yeah, off camera.
You had a
for sure.
frick race.
Frick race.
Okay,
Well-
change the topic.
Well, hey, speaking of which, so learning about our sexuality and things like that, Kim K, I think she's been a big part of a lot of young boys in America discovering their sexuality
Money
with
off that
the
sex tape.
that came out way back in the day. So today, Ray J actually came out and said that Kim K and Kris Jenner was actually involved in that. So that's kind of like an unspoken thing. How do you guys feel about that?
I
I've
don't
been
care
saying
what
that.
Ray J
That
says.
shit boosted her fucking image. You don't want to believe it. I fucking told you.
Yeah.
Because he said that back in the day.
I don't think
Believe
Ray
me.
J lies. I'm gonna be honest,
Bro,
I don't think Ray J ever
He's
lies.
got so much money, he doesn't have
Does
to.
he? Like,
Yeah.
honestly,
Yeah.
he's tried to stay relevant since
Why?
What was the song? 4 Minutes? Or no, that was Avant.
Bro, he's a
the
CEO.
I Hit It First.
No,
Is that what you're talking
You talking about
Oh, you're talking about back in the
One
day.
Wish?
yeah, One Wish, yeah,
One Wish, fire.
yeah, great song.
still making money?
And then he had one more
Yeah.
album, and then he had the dating show that was a flop.
It was
like,
a flop.
Oh well, yeah, okay. So I'm gonna have to. Obviously, I could tell. I'm gonna have to ask you to respect my man's fucking legend.
Yeah, bro, because that shit was not no flop.
Yeah,
bro.
Ray J's not no like little bitch.
boy.
You know what I'm saying? He's not a
He
little-
funded his own show.
But honestly, he is pulling a whole move that you're again
okay.
bringing up this shit from this. For what reason? What is he doing with this? What was his?
He's a CEO.
What was
bro.
his driving purpose behind bringing up this topic?
Because
Great
she
question.
aired it on the show that Kanye got the fucking tapes back for her. So obviously it's a topic
Okay.
of discussion.
So
he's
he's trying to clear his air about
he's
something that's
basically like,
irrelevant
bro,
to him.
what the fuck is they making this a big deal for?
Yeah.
She helped fucking
See,
produce the whole fucking thing. Her
petty.
and her mom.
That's
Bro,
petty shit
her
to me.
mom watched
Well,
her
hold on,
sex
time
tape
out.
before the world.
Time out. So if they were involved in leaking it, so one thing I haven't heard, and I don't know if it's true, was Ray J involved in leaking the sex tape?
No,
Yeah.
bro.
So my boy is a victim. So we need to figure that out. We need to figure that out.
Bro.
We need to
He
figure that
did
out.
leak the shit.
no, bro. No. bro.
What are you talking about? So
No.
listen again, like
Stop. Hold on. Let me say something.
Yeah.
What I remember. This is what I remember from that situation when I was younger. Is that they were fucking. She broke up with dude.
yeah, she broke up with Reggie. It was with Ray J. Yeah.
No. She broke up with Ray J.
Oh, okay.
Then the sex tape leaked.
Yeah, because
And then she tried to say, "Oh, I didn't leak it." Da da da. But bro, you forgetting she created a website
would-
and started fucking selling it.
she went back. I think what happened was she broke up with Ray J. I think she went back to Reggie, and then that was like when the engagement thing was like the rumor.
No, she didn't go back to Reggie,
I
bro.
thought she went back then it
No,
leaked.
she didn't go back. She never doubled back on nobody, except for Chris Humphries,
Oh,
she
she
doubled
doubled back
back
on
on him.
just to get some money.
See, I don't know, man.
I
You
thought that
gotta
was one
fact check
time.
you, bro.
Bro,
Because
she
you just
dated
pulled some
all
shit.
athletes,
That's
bro.
true. That is true.
She dated Blake Griffin. She dated Chris Humphries.
Definitely true. But
Bro,
the
she
doesn't
dated a
double
bunch
back
of
thing
dudes.
is an interesting point. You might
Don't
be
double
right. I
back,
can't
bro.
think of
She don't
the
double
I
back.
can't
Because
think
she just moves on. I don't
of
know.
it. She
doesn't have
does,
to
which I
double back.
respect. No, I definitely respect Kim
Why
K.
are you gonna go back to the old thing?
So,
Sure, you know
okay,
what
you
the
know
dick
what?
tastes like?
Because I want your opinion because
the dick
I think I
tastes
know
like?
it. Do you think that the relationship with her and Pete is fake?
Bro, I think.
Or do you
he's
think
a-
it's legit?
He's a fucking weirdo.
I don't think so.
And he
Yeah.
doesn't know he's having his moment of shine.
I think
what he
know.
doesn't understand is that
Definitely
she's
knows.
fucking the dude who owns Comedy Central that needs him to blow up so that he can make some more
Lauren
money.
Michael.
Yeah, she's eating some pussy.
That's a
Lauren
dude.
Michael's a
That's a
dude.
man.
Okay,
He's like
she's
80 years old.
man.
Yeah, he created SNL.
Even better. Comedy Central, I said. Comedy Central.
Oh yeah. Well, he's not really on Comedy Central. He's an SNL.
SNL,
guy.
yeah.
That's what he does.
And he's right. That's Lauren Mike.
Yeah. So,
but well, I mean, so
She's
for
definitely
me,
eats
I
a
disagree
dick.
with you. I think that Pete, if they,
He's delusional.
how
bro.
do you feel about this? You're pro Pete, right?
yeah, I
delusional, Paul.
think that it was something that they met mutual friends and realized, hey, they vibed well, see where it went, and then
Well, why do you think that's an issue?
Mutual friends?
yes, they
Why
had
not?
mutual friends.
Who the fuck is she friends with that knows him? That hangs out with him on a daily. Do you know, like, this lady is on like a fucking daily schedule. She wakes up at like 5 a.m. to do her fucking makeup for 2 hours.
She
and
has
all this type of shit. Bro, listen, bro. She's
very
not
busy.
meeting-
I agree with you on
she's-
that, but-
she's not meeting no fucking Pete Davidson. And
but she knows a lot of people because of that.
listen, my guy, he was a quick fuck turned into, something that's lasting.
So- he's still hanging
turn
around for
into
some reason.
So turn into a relationship. So yeah,
No, he's
like I
piping
said,
her.
that happened.
He laying a
they-
good wood.
They were probably they
Yeah.
probably met friends. That's what I think I heard was that there was like friends said, hey, you guys should meet, whatever, like got them together, and then it kind of hit off, and yeah, they probably fucked. The guy has fucked Kate Beckinsale.
Yeah.
Ariana Grande, Kim Kardashian. He's been hitting everybody's top list.
He has like, bro.
He probably has a 14 in his
my boy,
fucking
well,
monster.
and on top of that,
Like-
he's got one mission when he meets you.
Yeah.
fuck.
It's
He's
massive.
trying to fuck.
And he's getting that shit and listen, and they're addicted. They're hooked.
Yeah.
I don't
So
know,
again,
but
though,
I think.
Yo,
see,
he
but-
had Kate
he's an animal,
Beckinsale
though.
on the.
Hold on.
Listen, hold on.
But
Kate
why can't he keep the
Beckinsale,
bitches?
Batty though. Okay, Beckinsale's definitely batty.
He went and got Kim. I don't
He's
fucking know.
tatting her, her name all over his body.
That's
She
a
can't
fact.
leave him.
That is a little odd.
got
He
all the
branded
initials.
the shit.
It is odd, but some people have a lot of tattoos, and they honestly are just like moments of their life.
He
So
branded
Feel you, but the
himself.
kids' initials.
again, they're a big part of his life in this moment.
Last I heard,
don't agree with
hold
it.
up, hold up. But
I don't
last
agree
I
with
heard,
it.
Weirdo.
When the text
That's
message,
fair.
when the text messages got leaked between him and Kanye, he said that he hadn't met their kids. I don't know
did
if you
at
guys
that
remember
point.
that.
Yeah.
Well, then that's not that long ago, Paul. Like, how are we gonna
Right.
say it's a big
Bro,
part of
that's
his
a
life?
weirdo.
I'm
Like,
saying
let's
that
slow
this moment,
Yeah.
right, is a part of his life. It's like you have people
down. The
who,
Kim Kardashian thing, I get.
hold on.
Kids
hold
thing
on.
is
hold
fucked
on,
up.
hold on. Like you have people who get tattoos of like the most random things, but it meant something to that part of their life. Like
How many
like,
times do you have to get a tattoo to fucking
again, it's
symbolize
not
this
about
part
me.
of his life?
It's not about me.
Paul, he
So,
took.
I don't agree with it.
He took a cattle prod, put it in hot fire, and stuck her name on his body.
Yeah,
Do you know that?
Dude,
I didn't know that.
He
to be honest.
branded
I didn't
his
know that
name.
either. Where did you hear this?
Bro, I heard it.
This man's lying again.
Bro, no, I swear to God. I swear to God.
Okay,
I think I heard it. I think I heard it. Nah, it could have been a comedian bullshit.
All right, so
Bro, listen, but he did get the name tatted like 3 times.
No, he got her initial and the kid's initials all together. It's one
Yeah.
tattoo
Bro,
on the
he
neck.
has multiple
Well,
tattoos.
no, I think he has another tattoo. Of
He has
her.
multiple tattoos, bro.
Yeah.
and
again-
she literally said it was.
I
Something,
think there's a big difference.
It was
too, between
something
that.
like I think what the dude was saying. It was something like she said, "Oh, well, you can always get those removed," and then he went and fucking
Come on.
branded himself.
No,
So-
that's not the fucking point of tattoos.
So again,
first and foremost.
No, she said he can get it
You're gonna,
removed. though.
yeah, but
respectfully,
okay. I think we're agreeing.
Like it's a name. Yeah, I
respectfully
feel you.
for you or
Yeah.
for me or maybe Denzel, it's not our thought of tattoos. But again, tattoos are a form of art, and art is so what's the word I'm looking for? Like self-expression. Like it's just a self-expression. Exactly. It's so subjective of just that one individual. So who are any of us to say that it's not just something that he's doing just for that purpose? And then if it doesn't work, he gets it removed or he doesn't care.
Yeah.
Like
There's a level of even with art or whatever, there's a level of like respect and like just general like etiquette.
I mean-
when you're getting somebody's kids' initials on them, that's like fucked up. And
I got a boy who he has the girl, like his ex, and then both her kids' names right here. Now they did date for a few years,
sure,
but yeah, I mean,
makes a little bit of a difference, and they're not his kids. You're saying,
yeah, they're not his kids, and they
Yeah.
were like
He doesn't
probably
regret that
10
tattoo
or
you're telling me.
13. I don't. I mean,
have you asked him?
I haven't asked him. I mean,
I would love to
it's
ask
kind
him.
of a tough thing to bring up.
I'm sure it's very tough.
Especially,
kind of part of the point.
Especially kind of his background
I feel.
and shit.
Oh,
So
I
it's
don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, so
But
it's
still,
like...
so that's kind of part of the point, though. Is like, yeah, they dated for a couple years, moved on. Now he has a tattoo of these kids
Right.
that
So-
he may or may not have a relationship
Right.
with
But
because they
there's a lot of
weren't
people. I mean,
his kids,
yeah.
Biologically, anyways.
Yeah, I mean,
so
there's a lot of people. But again,
in this case, we're talking about somebody that's been in a relationship for less than a year, and they're getting, and like I said, less than fucking 2 months ago. I don't even know. It's probably even less than that. We just read a text exchange where he said that he hasn't even met these kids, and now he's getting that tattooed. And there's a huge difference.
That's a weird shit. Dude.
So weird. And in my opinion, there's a huge difference that I can't highlight enough between. I have no issue with him getting tattoos about his life and Kim Kardashian, like who's an adult and all that. But when you're going and get another man who's still involved, actively involved, who you're also in fucking public, whatever the fuck, discourse with.
Kanye is. Pete.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but again, like.
Well, Pete's been involved indirectly for sure.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
yeah, I'm saying
so it's like, let's just call it what it is. I'm not.
No, I feel you. I feel you. Yeah.
So, for you to get that, it's just inappropriate in any way. And like, honestly, I would feel some way even if it wasn't on some like public figure shit.
She's going through some emotional shit because
no.
there's no way you allow this man to be in your space like this.
But they so
no. Paul, listen, Paul, no. Because here's the thing: if you had someone in your space that would say if your BM put you in that situation if she had a dude that was coming in fucking like Pete Davidson, tatting initials
3 months later, had
all
your
that
kids
time.
name initials.
That's some
tattooed.
weird shit, Paul. You wouldn't accept that.
I didn't say I agree. I literally said I don't agree with it. But again,
Yeah.
you
did say that, but you're defending it.
Yeah, you're defending it though. That's what I'm trying to.
Because I think that there's a big thing that needs to happen in life where we can understand that we can disagree, yet try to understand that, okay, although I personally disagree with this,
Yeah.
doesn't mean that I need to really sit there and have an uproar about something that you tattooed on your body.
Okay, so one, I want to remind you, Paul, you're on a podcast right now.
Right.
We're having a conversation. So
No.
that's just part of it.
No. So what I'm saying is,
But no, but seriously.
I mean, I don't really give a fuck. I'm not going to fight him if I see him off of this.
So I'm saying
but,
that's where I'm
yeah.
like defending. I'm just making I'm just trying to understand that.
Yeah,
okay, maybe it's that he has tattoos of all this shit, and that just means something. Again, now what I've just read is they met October of 2021, so it's been almost a year. Well, about 6 months.
Yeah, but
right?
they weren't
So-
dating that long.
Well, they kissed. Hold on. So they met on SNL. They did a skit where they kissed as Jasmine and Aladdin.
That
And then
was
later,
magic.
and then later that month, they were seen out in public holding hands and stuff, but they were just friends. And it was reported that they've been in the same friend circles for years. So they have been
Where were they? Were they at Disney World?
for what that skit.
Well, where they were holding hands. They didn't want to lose each other?
Service of the pair holding hands on a Halloween ride in Buena Park, California, through source told
Halloween
people.
ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holding hands, you're fucking liars. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so again,
Yeah.
so it's like so they have been together for a while, for not a while, but they've
Show
been
me the
together
picture.
for some time.
Paparazzi.
Paparazzo.
God.
Yeah, where's
So-
the paparazzo?
Dude, the things that you're skeptical against and the things you'll believe.
Show me the
like,
picture.
Like you and you and
No.
Gates kill me
Well,
with
no,
this
you
shit.
believe that they held hands. I believe that, but that's
Yeah,
kind of.
like-
but for me, that honestly,
bullshit.
It doesn't even matter because it's still completely inappropriate
Right.
that you get in this man's.
No, again,
like, and once
I would
again, he's
be
an
feeling the
active
way.
father. He's alive,
Right.
And he's
Right.
involved. He's involved in his kids, and he's stressed that. He stressed how important his fucking kids are in his life. The most important thing.
Bro, it's little jabs, Paul.
That is a jab. I'll be honest.
But
That-
he's gonna get
that's how
whacked
you
out,
take it.
and you think
Okay.
he's gonna get
Okay.
whacked out.
Oh my God.
He's gonna get
Okay.
whacked out.
Anyways, so
All right,
Pete,
Don't
so
come to the South, Pete.
at what point is he allowed to care about the kids though? So
He's totally allowed to care. Just don't get their
No.
fucking initials tattooed on your body. You know what I'm
Stop
saying? That's
defending
different.
the weirdo shit. That's all I'm saying. All jokes aside.
I'm not defending
Stop
it.
defending the weirdo
I'm not
shit.
defending him.
Yes,
I
you are.
said he's wrong.
But you're saying, oh, why can't?
Yeah, but then
There's
you're
a
like,
problem with
but,
that.
But then you're acting like there is room for understanding, but then there's also like at a certain point there's some shit that's just wrong, and you could just say like, hey, that's like wrong.
That's weirdo
No,
shit.
what I'm defending
very
is the relationship. So like I'm just defending that like they are a real relationship. That he does
Okay.
that
All right,
it
Paul.
is something in his life.
How long have you been with your old lady?
We've been together 7-8 years.
Do you have her name tatted?
I don't have anybody's name tatted on me.
Okay, there
But
we
that's
go.
me personally. Like
Yeah, that's a
that-
personal decision for him.
Yeah,
That's not fair.
That's my personal decision. There are people
Yeah.
who get tattoos of their partner within
Do you have
6,
any
7, 8
tattoos?
months. I have one.
Okay, well, either way. So, yeah.
So you
Hey,
do
baby.
have a
There you go.
tattoo. So it's like, but you didn't feel the urge to go get your old
No,
lady's
but I
dead
feel-
tattoo.
I see the difference.
I am. Like I will.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna get, but it's gonna be something that's like represents her,
But
Like,
not
it's
her name.
It's not just gonna be Lauren. Like,
Gotcha.
no, it's gonna be something that represents maybe like
There's my point.
4-leaf clover or something.
Yeah.
There's my
She's
point.
into.
So he could have got a fucking red bottom heel for fucking.
He
Kim
just
K.
got initials.
I really don't have any
It's
issue with the
just
Kim
initials.
Kardashian thing. That's like I said, it has to do with another adult, and he may feel like a dumbass
Like,
in
yeah,
a year
like-
about that. But when you're talking about kids, that is nasty. And I think everything that's surrounding the situation, I think that I think it would be kind of naive. I 100%. Yes, that's how I feel.
You know, like again, so I don't think this is what happened, but let's just say. So what if?
said nasty. Oh my
So
God.
what if it was a whole conversation where they're like, oh hey, blah blah blah, yeah, maybe get a tattoo of her. And she goes, well, yeah, you can do the initials. And the kids were around and they're like, well, what about our initials? And then he just said, like he said, like you can always get it removed. He just did it.
Sometimes
Again,
you have to disappoint people.
I'm not
Paul.
saying that like I think
They're
it's cool.
fucking kids.
I'm just saying, why did he do it?
Here's
I don't
my
know.
problem,
That's an
right?
interesting scenario.
I don't think it was just to get at Kanye, which is what you're alluding to.
Yeah, well,
It definitely was.
But
And-
again, why do you think that that's his goal in life is to fucking get at Kanye?
Because
what
all
about
he
it
has
has
been
nothing to
doing
do
is
with it?
jabbing at
No,
Kanye.
Kanye again. Why? Kim and Pete have basically stayed silent about it all. Kanye's
What?
the only reason why you even
stop.
know it's a fucking thing.
Paul, stop it.
What did Pete do?
Stop.
Yo, hold on, no,
Yeah,
no,
because
no,
you can,
no, for real. What
because
did Pete do?
Here's why you can
For
stay
real,
silent,
What
Paul.
did he do? What did he do?
And you know what? And my point.
Bring
I'm
it
gonna
up.
put my
Tell
point
me
to you.
what he did. I don't
When
want to
he
hear
went
an
on
opinion.
SNL. What are you talking about?
He went on SNL well before they were dating, and what he said was that when Kanye announced that he was off his meds, Kanye said that.
You just
right?
said they were dating for a year.
No, hold on. Kanye said he was off his meds, right?
You just said they were dating
and
for a
this
year.
came out. This came out about 2 years ago. So Kanye announced that he was off his meds, and this is the real Kanye you're getting. Okay,
Yeah.
and he was doing the crazy shit. This is what he was doing the political. I'm running for president. Da 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 da. So then he made a fucking joke on his weekly wrap up that he does every week, where they brought it up, and then he said, "Hey, for real, you should maybe get back on the meds. Trust me, I'm on them too." Ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
He goes, honestly, it's not cool, bro. You're being fucking batshit crazy. So that had nothing to do with him and Kim. That had nothing to do with when they were together, him trying to take a shot. That was literally him
So
saying,
you
hey,
don't think
I'm on
that
the same
someone
meds.
publicly bashing your
Hold
mental
on.
stability is
Yeah,
not going to
it's
affect?
him doing his job as a
Bro,
comedian.
hold on, let me speak.
What?
No.
I mean,
so-
was that close to verbatim what you just said? I'll be honest.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So
You can bring up the
if
video.
you're saying that,
You can bring up the
if
video.
you're saying that, then what I'm saying to you is him publicly bashing Kanye's mental stability.
He wasn't the only
on
one.
TV. It doesn't matter though.
Yeah, but Kanye probably doesn't fuck with those other people either.
Right, but it had
exactly.
nothing. But
If
it
this
had
dude
nothing,
is supposed to be cool with Kanye because he's fucking with his baby mama, then you don't
He
get
wasn't
to,
at the time.
He wasn't
This
at the time.
joke is what he's saying.
Okay,
But
that's
still,
what you're
I can
saying.
see
But
why
you said
it justifies Kanye not
You
appreciating.
just said they were dating for a year or
They've been-
7 months.
October. Again, this came out like 2 years ago.
Yeah. Well,
it
I mean,
didn't.
but for me, so
This
okay,
is
either
something.
way,
This is
let's
recent
address-
shit.
No, you're talking about they've joked on SNL recently.
But here's my
after-
point. Here's my point
Yeah,
to this
go
whole
ahead.
situation. Here's
Go
my
ahead.
point to this whole situation. Right. Okay. You defend Pete Davidson like he's a great person, but let me start off with this: if he's bashing Kanye 2 years ago, Paul,
Jesus Christ.
2 years ago about his mental stability on TV, do you think that's the proper way to get someone to go get his medication?
Please stay consistent. And
What do you mean?
on your takes?
What do you mean?
Please.
How am I not consistent?
Because Chris Rock, his joke about Jada, that's perfect. It's just a joke. Every other
Right.
comedian, when they make a joke, it's just them doing their job. He's doing he's reading off cue cards. He's sitting at a desk in front of a TV screen, in front of a camera, reading off the cue cards that SNL has written out.
Yeah, but
You don't think he has
his
no
job.
But you don't
he has
think-
no creative?
I'm not saying that, but
creative
he wasn't the
control?
only comedian making the jokes about Kanye being fucking crazy.
But you don't think that Kanye then could not fuck with him because of
no,
that?
I understand that.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
what I'm not talking
And
about
based
Kanye.
off what you said, I
Again-
feel like if I put myself in Kanye's shoes, I wouldn't appreciate
No,
that.
no,
like,
that's
oh, you
fine.
probably should get back on the meds. Trust
Bro,
me, I'm
and
on them. It
that's
doesn't
what I'm
like
saying.
seem.
So let me go back to my point real quick before you
If,
cut
well,
me
no,
off.
well, hold
Hold
on, but because now you're cutting me off a little bit.
My bad. I got cut
Let me
everybody
just
off.
let me just say this last point, and I agree with you. To your point, if you're real goal is to give him the best advice because you're going through it or whatever, which that's how that's painted. That's the skin of the comment that's being said. But I think what we're saying, that's not what it is underneath, or that's not how it feels underneath, in our opinion.
Right.
If you wanted to actually help him get better or get back on meds, whatever your goal is, reach out to him.
So personally, okay.
So hold on.
Don't make a joke about it.
I'm gonna keep going about this.
No, that's fine. I know you're gonna keep going. So let me address this. Okay, so that's fine. But again, that's you assuming that he's doing it out of a malicious intent. You're not. You're literally throwing away any other option.
Would you say there's a right way to do something and a wrong way to do something, Paul?
Yes, but there's also
would you say
all
that
the
is
way
the,
in between.
No.
But what I'm also saying is there's people doing their jobs.
There's no in between with mental health.
Dude, do not bring up mental health to me when the conversations we have been you mocking it at times.
Bro, how do I mock it?
So what I'm saying is, all he was doing is saying, get back on your meds.
Please expose me, because I have a brother that battles mental health.
Yes.
So please expose me.
We go back and forth. We have been on this podcast before to where I have literally had to scream about people's mental health because you mocked it and said it wasn't.
No, it's not about mocking it. It's about you being gullible and believing people that just fucking say shit like Pete Davidson screams mental health, but literally you said 2 years before he even had a fucking issue with Kanye, he's talking about go take your medication on SNL, which is a fucking comedy skit, Paul. That's not where you go tell someone to go get on meds. Stop defending that shit, dude.
Everybody was making the jokes. What I'm saying is, if Kanye has a problem with it, that's Kanye. That's not you. You're not Kanye, Denzel. You're not. It's not your kids, Denzel.
Do you really think that's not a slight?
Why do you hate Pete Davidson so much, Denzel? He's done nothing to you, and that's my issue.
Because he's putting himself in a situation with a man with his fucking children that has nothing to do with him. He's a fucking side piece for a fucking multi-million-dollar broad, bro.
All you do
he needs to stay in his lane
for no fucking reason.
No, bro. I don't know why you're dick riding this dude for it, dog.
I'm not dick riding it.
Yes, you are. You're acting like this is your best friend.
There's no fucking reason. You say his mental health isn't real.
This dude literally shits on people for their mental health, and you will sit there and take up for him about his mental health. I don't want to hear that shit, dog.
I'm not taking up for him.
That is bullshit. People with mental issues don't go attack other people with it. That's not how they do that.
Again,
well, they could, because like mental issues could go into that.
In the NFL, when you see people talk about depression, do you see fucking people going and reaching out to him on Twitter and being like, "Hey, you're a fucking pussy"? No,
actually, it has happened, but it's wrong.
Tell me one instance.
Again, when Jonathan Martin came out about this shit that happened to him in Miami, he got fucking blackballed from the NFL.
Who the fuck is Jonathan Martin?
Thank you. You proved my fucking point.
I never knew him from the beginning.
He was a second round pick out of Miami.
Out of Stanford.
He was a starting guard. He's the one that got fucking bullied by Richie Incognito about him being gay.
Well, he did go to San Francisco after that, though, and he fizzled out from there.
Yeah.
So, bro, exactly.
It might have been a performance issue.
It's a performance issue. It's not because he's fucking his sexuality, dog.
No, my God. It was like he made the big deal out about it.
You try to twist it. There's gay people in the NFL now, Paul. They don't care.
What are you talking? Again, you took way off.
Players don't care.
It was the fact that when he came out about it, people fucking called him a pussy. People were coming
out. When did he come out?
When he didn't come out of the closet, Denzel. Fucking
when did he come out of the draft?
What was it, 2013? I don't fucking know.
Oh, bro, come on. When would Michael Sam come out of the draft?
Okay,
it had nothing with him being gay.
Yeah, he just didn't fit in.
Richie Incognito bullied him, so he came out with from the NFL and said, "Hey,
a grown man getting bullied, bro."
Thank you. See exactly what I'm talking about,
bro. In the NFL, in a physical game.
Do you see how he's mocking it?
No, I'm not mocking it. You're creating a false narrative.
Time out. Before we move on past Jonathan Martin, I do want to mention he did later end up having like a scenario where he got in trouble because it was like some shit about him, like it was something threatening where he was like, it was a text message or some shit about like shooting people.
Right.
I wish I'll try to find that.
But
maybe.
But what I'm saying is,
but
he was drafted. If anybody gives a fuck about it, 2012 is when he was drafted.
What narrative did I create?
Because you're saying that he was bullied. You don't know for a fact he was bullied.
Dude, well, Richie Incognito got kicked off the team and suspended for it. Thank you. I didn't create that. That really happened
because he bullied him.
And then you're mocking it
so
right now.
So bullying could be he beat his ass, Paul.
No,
so he got fucking kicked off the team.
He made him feel sad. I'm telling you right now,
man,
dude. That's
pull up the article, please, and show me. Please pull. If you can pull it up and show me,
be doing right now.
I will believe it. But that is so. Bro, listen, that could be so much speculation.
What I'm saying is,
we're talking about is not speculation. This is documented on television.
People did mock that. People did go and say that you're a pussy. So you're saying that doesn't happen in football? I just brought up an example.
Where did you see people saying these things, Paul? This shit would have been on national television.
There was an investigation though into the Dolphins organization because of this.
There always is.
Well, I mean, and they separated from Richie Incognito because of it.
Yeah, we got rid of a Pro Bowl fucking guard.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like I said, leader, honestly, leader.
And so
in the worst way.
beginning of his prime.
And so did the Giants.
He ended up going to the Bills and played well.
He played well.
And the Bills got rid of him, and he went to the Giants.
And he went to the Raiders and still did well.
He's a journeyman. So I mean, he wasn't.
He's a journeyman starter.
Did he bully people there?
Well, that might be why he's a journeyman, to be honest with you.
Did he bully people there?
Yeah, he fizzles out quick.
knows?
His personality may rub people the wrong way.
Again, Where are you taking this?
He may be a guy. He may be a manly man.
Okay, here.
What are you?
Here.
Where are you
real quick. So this, I just want to say, Jonathan Martin said that he does struggle with mental health struggles, and he says that he has attempted suicide. Yeah. And then also the post from 2018 that he posted, he said, when you're a bully victim and a coward, your options are suicide or revenge. And this was a picture of a shotgun.
Right. So what I'm saying is, all I brought it up for was for you to see that it does happen in the NFL. You said that doesn't happen. It does. So all I'm saying is Pete Davidson's mental health isn't fake. As much as you want to say it's fake and it's made up, this has been documented since he was a kid. Okay, he has the bipolar, he has the ADHD.
Who are we talking about right now?
Pete Davidson. Okay, we're going back to that. So all I'm saying is
he's been consistent with that. I will say,
yes,
like
as long
as I've known Pete Davidson as a public figure, mental health has been part of his thing.
Yeah. So again, all he was doing was saying the skit that was written by him.
Kid Cudi saved his life because of
So
did Kid Cudi make fun of him, or did Kid Cudi make music that soothes the soul? There's a difference.
Made music that soothes the soul.
Exactly.
Right.
There's a difference.
Again, I didn't say that.
Kid Cudi didn't save you like that.
I disagreed with Chris Rock's joke. I disagree with Pete Davidson's joke. Yeah. I'm saying that Chris Rock wrote his joke. Pete Davidson is in a room with writers. Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
But Pete Davidson is in a room with writers with Lauren Michael, who has to sign off on everything that gets said on that show.
Yeah.
Okay. And the writers whose jobs are to write those. And then the people you see on the TV, their job is to recite. Their job is to make the words funny.
I do disagree on
his job.
Well, real quick, just to respond to exactly what you're saying. I'm sure that if he's uncomfortable saying that, he would have had that input, but to have the full understanding, like you're saying, depending on his positioning on the show, maybe he doesn't feel confident enough to say like, hey, this is a line I'm not going to say because he's worried about his job. We've all been there. Right. You know what I mean? I'm not.
And again, if you watch any of his comedy, he makes jokes about his mental health. And again, you may disagree.
That has been consistent, but the comment to Kanye, I do believe is inconsistent. I think it's inconsistent with, like what you said, it's not consistent with everything else he says, and it's not compassionate.
Right,
and he's not the first person he's done it to.
But again, dude, he
did it to Mac Miller.
But other people doing it.
He did it to Mac Miller. So, you saw what happened to Mac Miller, right?
Hey, real quick, Deuce, I want to let you get into that because that's a bigger thing, and it seems like Paul wants to spaz out on you real quick.
He can spaz out if he wants to, but did he not do it to Mac Miller?
What did he say about Mac Miller?
Oh.
He did. Well, allegedly, you're talking about the text message that I sent to him, and basically said like, I think it's Dick, right? Either where while he was with Ariana Grande, basically saying like, hey, you're not going to get your bitch back, basically.
Oh, okay. So he talked shit to the ex, which, god damn, how many people have done that? So we're basing everything off of that. Like that's what I'm saying. Like you take that.
Oh, this is a guy but this is a guy who's compassionate about people with mental issues.
Yeah, and then the guy that he said that to though did turn around and then eventually die of an overdose.
He died of because the guy sold him fentanyl.
Yeah, but because he was abusing drugs. I think. I mean, I love Mac Miller, but I think it'd be fair to say.
But he was abusing drugs before that text message.
That's true.
Like that wasn't that one of the reasons why him and Ariana like split? Wasn't that her thing that like she couldn't get him to stop using drugs?
But like what you're okay. So
and I'm a big Mac Miller fan.
Hold on, time out. I want to respond to what you're saying because like what you're saying is like taking all accountability away from Pete in that situation. If that's true, because I don't even know if it's true, but in that situation, you're taking all accountability away from him. It's like to say, oh, well, fucking Kanye had mental issues before Pete said that. So it doesn't matter, even though what he said directly triggered the mental illness. You feel what I'm saying?
Well, no.
It didn't cause him to use drugs, but it could have caused him to use drugs in that day. It could have caused
even
him
more.
Whatever.
So,
you know what I mean?
So
it could have put him to increase his intake on the drugs.
And I think that's a reasonable conclusion to come to if that's true.
Where I'm a little lost is me saying that Mac Miller had a history of drug abuse.
Sure.
Is taking away all responsibility of Pete Davidson's text. But you guys saying that Pete Davidson sent that text, it caused him to use drugs. You're literally giving him all responsibility for Mac Miller's overdose.
No, that's not all responsibility. You just twisted what you said.
I'm using this in the same light. Like, I'm not taking away all responsibility. I'm just saying the guy was already using drugs, bought drugs from his drug dealer who sold him fentanyl. That's what killed him. It wasn't like he used too much. It wasn't like he tried to kill himself. He was an accidental overdose of him using the same drugs he used every day, the same drugs he always abused, that was mixed with fentanyl, which kills you.
Sure.
And that, what Pete Davidson did is wrong. I mean, but like I said, that's something that we've all talked shit to an ex. Like we've all done something
it
where
doesn't expunge it as a wrong act. And then if we do it, we should have remorse for it.
Yeah, we should. But again,
and hopefully learn from it and grow out of it.
The person that go kill themselves, so it's like, oh, we're a better person.
I'm just
it's
showing
like that's
you,
just where I'm just
showing
kind of
you
like
a
I don't
track record of repeated history with the dude, bro. That's all I'm showing you. And what I'm trying to tell you is
we
you
can
need
dig
to
up
get
a
off
lot, man, on all of this.
But we can. I mean, but okay, we could dig up a lot of stuff on Pete Davidson. You're right. We could dig up a lot of antics that Kanye's done.
We can dig up a lot on you. We can dig up a lot of me. We can dig a lot on all of us.
But what I'm saying is, this is shit that he's done in the public eye.
That text message, Mac Miller, was not, if it's even true, was not done in the public eye.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, it wasn't.
It was okay.
Paparazzi got a hold of it. Got a hold of shit and information. Yeah. So obviously it went public somehow.
I think this is a cool conversation, but let's keep it moving because we want to just be able to knock out a few more of these topics, and just stay right on with therapy and keep us impassioned in that conversation. Joey Badass, he was recently in a film, Two Distant Strangers. He had to get therapy afterwards because it had such an impact on him. In this film, over and over again, he relives the same day where he is basically running away from this police officer that ultimately kills him most days. And so after acting on that in that film and getting into that role, he had to undergo therapy.
Jesus. Sounds like hell.
For sure.
Well, I mean, it kind of goes with like that what Jim Carrey kind of said, how being an actor, you got to take on so many different personalities that it made him feel like that Jim Carrey isn't even a real person. That he did it so much that he started like thinking like whoever, like, it's just a character that I play, that I was raised to play this character who is Jim Carrey. That's not a real person. And it's like, it sounds insane, but then when you really think about, okay, when you go real deep into acting, you're a method actor like that, you are literally trying to take on that. You're trying to become that person so much that engraves your personality. But I can see where a movie like that, that's somewhat traumatizing like that, would fucking really fuck with you.
No, I agree with you. Definitely, Jim Carrey was on some heavy shrooms when he came to that realization for sure. But
weirdo.
Well, no, we can't just call everybody a weirdo.
I'm just
in the
fucking
world.
off. Bro.
No, just
it's all jokes, man. It's all jokes.
But yeah, no, with this Joey Badass situation for sure. I mean, the entire movie is centered around what is some people's most traumatic experience in their life and ends their life. And he's doing that over and over again and getting into that mindset over and over again. And that kind of like, if you've seen the movie, it's really frantic and chaotic. The more, because he ends up, he's waking up and he's like, oh shit, what the fuck happened? Okay, that wasn't a dream. He starts to realize, and he's like, oh, okay, I have to try to get away from this cop. He's trying to kill me every day. So really,
he's just chasing him. Like he wakes up, it's like, what's that shit with Liam Neeson? What's that movie?
You talking about Taken?
Taken.
No, it's nothing like that.
So basically, he wakes up. So it's like that one.
It's like
movie,
Groundhog's Day.
Yeah. So it's like that movie, like Tom Cruise, where like he kept waking up
day after tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Where he just kept.
No, there's another one with Liam Neeson.
There's a ton of them, but the one you said definitely is not the one.
Yeah, but it's something like that though. You know, hey.
And like I said, like so to do a good job, you have to sell those. Those things. You have to get in such a headspace.
And throughout that, I'm sure you're doing a lot of like research and engrossing yourself in police brutality and videos around it. I can imagine that's really draining and took a lot out of them.
We got to say no to police brutality, man.
Definitely.
But you know what? The biggest thing is, we got to just acknowledge that shit would drive you crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I wonder how many times he had to do the same fucking scene over and over and over again.
Well,
that's
who knows?
crazy.
Yeah. Who knows? But the thing is, even outside of the scene, the concept of the film was basically like a death scene to his character over and over again. Like, what? So it's like, even fuck the same scene. Like, oh, you run away from the cop six times before we get the take we like different ways you're going to die via this police officer, like 6 different times in this movie.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So
that's a torture in itself.
yeah. Well, I think it's, as like a social commentary though, I think it's a really interesting, powerful kind of like piece of art though.
That's a deep concept.
A very deep concept.
I don't even get it.
I'm sure there's people that kind of like wake up with that kind of like fear. You know what I mean?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
So it kind of puts you in that headspace that, every day
that woke group.
There you go. So yeah, let's go ahead and move on. We got Will Smith. Speaking of the slap that was heard around the world on Chris Rock, he's getting pulled from a lot of his projects now, losing projects with Roku.
Bullshit.
Yeah, just all kinds of shit getting pulled from him. How do you feel about it?
Such bullshit.
And he was very selective with his movies, so that is a lot of bullshit, really.
Like it's all bullshit. I
corny.
mean, it's just like.
No, he's wrong for what he did.
But again, like, so you have one moment out of all the times where you were the perfect example of what you should be as a professional. Like, the guy wouldn't even fucking cuss. Like, he was so professional.
Mm-hmm.
And did all this stuff for everybody else. And because you had one moment where everyone around you knows that you had a mental breakdown, basically. Right? Everybody can see like that you have just been through the ringer with your wife. And instead of like standing behind you, you're going to pull everything from him. It's bullshit. To pull, that man deserves a biopic. What he has meant to the movie industry, to the TV industry, music industry,
that's facts.
Like rap. There's a lot that he was a pioneer for.
He shitted on the rap industry.
No,
to this point, because everybody was like, he took a lot of flack for Fresh Prince, whatever, and then he said he wanted to do music, and all the rappers really shitting on him, and nobody really wanted to help him. He dropped a song, and that bitch went #1, shitting all them fucking rappers.
And then like when you watch people pop champagne videos, wear their jerseys backwards and shit, like wear the big jerseys videos, he was the first fucking one to do that shit. And people don't give him that respect. And it's like, so all that is something that people should watch and see that whole life come about and that career. Yeah. And that got robbed.
I wish I could challenge you on a lot of that because I'm just not 100% sure. I definitely know he wasn't the first person to wear his clothes backwards. I think that's crisscross, cuz. But yeah, I don't know enough about the other shit.
Well, I listened to what Will Smith said about it.
So, shit. All right, whatever.
No, he lied to me.
No, he might be right. He might be right. No. I mean, look, I think with the
he could be the first person to do it, make it famous, is what he's meaning.
Maybe, yeah. I think
he was such on a national. He probably had not just black people doing. He probably had white, but you know what I'm saying. He probably had everybody doing this shit.
No, I feel you. With the Oscar scenario, though, I mean, personally, I don't see any way to shake it to where he's absolved in that scenario, since he did have a mental break. But I mean, he's having fallout based off his own actions, though.
Yeah, but I mean, so is that forever? Like,
it's not forever though. It happened pretty recent.
Yeah. So, but you lose the biography about you.
I mean, I don't know.
That's insane.
Yeah. The specifics.
I mean, especially when you have like Mel Gibson, who was still getting movie roles while he was fucking drunk in public all the time and assaulting people.
Well, but then he got put on ice too.
Yeah, but I mean, how long did it take? I mean, again, it took a lot.
Well, he said some wild shit.
Like,
I bet he
did some crazy shit.
Yeah, like people have done some crazy shit and still get their fucking. I mean, Charlie Sheen.
Sure.
God fucking damn. I mean,
well, I mean,
slap.
So what are you talking about with him? Are you talking about because I mean, when he had his like ridiculous breakdown in at least recent history, he got kicked off of 1.5 Man.
Again, it took
he made
how long? The rumor was that he was always drunk on set, that he was really unprofessional with the women, and this wasn't just something that happened and then he got kicked off. This was something that was happening for a while, and then it finally just they couldn't take it anymore. So my thing is, people have put up with so much from everybody else.
Yeah, but then after that, he has a hard time getting work now. I barely ever see Charlie Sheen.
But also because his mental state, though, he can't fucking speak really anymore because of how many of his hard drugs and alcohol.
Well, do you think it's that, or do you think people just were fed? Like the thing is, we talk about this with sports.
It's a mix of both.
We talk about this with sports, where it's like when you're hard to deal with, and then you're your time is going to come sooner than if you were just easy to deal with and a good teammate. Like, for example, Terrell Owens, we talk about all the time, where it's like his time came sooner than what it athletically needed to.
Yeah.
But eventually, it's like you're a superstar headache without the superstar production anymore. So, I mean, with that, no disrespect to Charlie Sheen, but yeah, that's why he's fuck up out of here.
Okay,
because,
so
yeah,
go ahead.
No, you're good.
Sorry. So like Brady.
Mm-hmm.
There's how many times? Okay, like this shit that came out about the Dolphins and Brady.
Mm-hmm.
Really, people should fucking kind of look at Brady really side-eyed. Like, you just won a Super Bowl with the team. Now you're going to have a meeting, a private meeting that is illegal, but not like legally, but between the rules of your league, right? You're having a meeting to then become an owner / player while you're already under contract with another team.
Yeah.
Like, that slide bullshit. He's always been on the wrong end of every bad fucking story that ever comes out. As far when it comes to like playing unfair,
Tom Brady.
like being unfair.
He's trying to cut the head off the goat.
So what I'm saying, what I'm saying is none of that's held up against him really. Everyone still looks at him. Oh, well, it's Tom Brady.
Well,
so
what do you mean? I mean, I think a lot of people hate Tom Brady. A lot of people hate Tom Brady.
Nobody's trying to cancel Tom Brady. Is what I'm saying. Like there's no push in the NFL right now by anybody to try to have him suspended for tampering, breaking tampering.
But it's
laws.
not like that's not unprecedented.
But
I don't think.
But that is like nobody goes to on a team owner's yacht to talk about, hey, let's try to find a backdoor way for me to go ahead. Well, at least nobody's it doesn't get to public.
Yeah, exactly,
public
and also nobody's ever had the leverage that Tom Brady has.
Okay, yeah, right. But that's what I'm saying. So it's like, that by the book is tampering.
Right.
So, but
he was retired at the time, right?
No. This is when he was.
Well,
this is
he
right
did
off
actually retire.
No, this was with Brian Flores. So this is when Brian Flores brought up that moment about when he wasn't going to meet with Brady on the yacht. This was right after they won the Super Bowl in Tampa. He was not retired. He retired this year when they lost in the playoffs. Yeah. So this is right after he won the Super Bowl. He was talking to them about how he was going to try to find a way for them and Stephen Ross for him to become an owner of the team and player, like partial owner and player. So again, that's tampering. That's why Brian Flores didn't do it. That's why he said, like, this is what they're trying to do. And nobody's talking about, hey, well, let's suspend Brady for tampering, for breaking tampering laws. Everything
it's all
else.
speculation.
Sure.
Stephen Ross isn't forced to sell his team.
Right, but what, and again, he's breaking rules.
Chris Greer isn't kicked out of that.
Well, Chris Greer wasn't part of that meeting. So,
but Chris Greer is a part of all that.
Right,
shit.
but what I'm
why
saying
would he
is,
not be involved in the meeting?
He's definitely.
And then Brian Flores, for example,
I'm just saying he maybe he was at the meeting. I don't
Yeah.
know, but I'm just saying those are the two. But what I'm saying is that's something that a star has done that didn't overcast the rest of what he's done. So the smack maybe is a little more excessive and absurd than what he did. But what I'm saying is that one moment shouldn't take up the rest of his fucking career and shut it down.
So the one guy did commit assault.
But that's what I'm saying.
And then also I think to kind of what Denzel's saying is it is unsubstantiated right now. It is like a lot of like, I don't even know. You're right. I mean, I don't even know if there is an investigation, which I guess could go to your point. But the reason I don't say that's unprecedented, I think that there's been several times where like faces of the league, there's been like big black eyes that are only whispered about that we hear about.
Right, Michael Jordan.
So this is one of those. But yeah, Michael Jordan betting and shit like that. So it's like I think stuff like that happens, and it's just not in the best interest of the league to really, unfortunately, in that case, really dig into that.
I guess
unfortunately,
fine. Andre Johnson beating up Cortland Finnegan. No, I'm just saying like
I mean, it's more like
it shouldn't be
shaving and shit like that.
It shouldn't be this big thing.
No, I mean, look, I agree with you. I don't think it should end his career or anything like that by any means. But I mean, people reacting in the short term, I get. To be honest with you, I get like even like this biopic thing. I could see that being a situation where we're seeing, but in reality, like the production companies probably got together, put on hold.
Okay,
like, hey, look, let's revisit this idea in 5 years after you're back on top, and we see you do a bunch of great stuff that does like better your name over the next 5 years. And specifically, I don't remember exactly what it is, but he's like banned from the Oscars for a period of time. We're gonna wrap this up. Yeah. But he's banned from the Oscars for a period of time, so some people might not want to work with him because like we can't even be put in Oscar contention with you as our lead man right now because you know what I mean. So we're not gonna put like movies are millions and millions and millions of dollars investment.
I mean, like Johnny Depp. I mean, shit. Disney dropped him within 3 fucking days.
Wild, yeah.
And now it came out. It's like, well, fucking, how about that? Y'all fucking look like assholes now.
And they do look like assholes.
Now Dior though, hey man, go ahead and buy some Dior because they stuck by his ass. They still had his cologne on the shelf and everything. His picture as like their face of their company and all that. So
it's just probably actually going.
I mean,
crazy
they had no
that.
choice. They invested millions. They had to ride with the dog.
Well, they could have took a loss there. So here, last thing I guess for the night, we could try to wrap this up. Just because it makes sense with everything else we've talked about. Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber, well, he just spoke today about having an emotional breakdown when he got married at the beginning of his marriage. I thought it was an interesting thing. We're all in relationships and stuff like that. I thought we could kind of speak to this a little bit. So yeah, him coming out speaking to that. How do you guys feel about that? Anything you can relate to there?
I mean, I don't know the context of what he's really.
Like just pressures of marriage, being committed to a woman now, a single woman for the rest of your life, or whatever. Him just having an emotional breakdown based around those kind of things, like new expectations.
Damn, I mean that's deep, man. I mean he's a celebrity, so I mean, and he's
you don't even want to talk much on this topic.
He's also a believer.
Well, I maybe because I mean he's had his issues with his relationship with Selena. Maybe his issues with public perception and what that's done to his mental state because he was a nice kid.
Yeah.
Right. He was a good kid and a nice guy. And then he went through all that turmoil. And again, he had to grow up in front of everybody. A lot of shit got thrown his way. He started hanging out with like Lil Chucky, Lil Twist and all them and started like acting a fool. And, Ben got like everybody went from loving him to really hating him and then had to rebuild his image back up. Yeah. And maybe it just all came full circle in a way, and it just became overbearing, and he couldn't handle it. Yeah. I mean, who knows? Who knows what kind of things he got into when he was in that time period to where maybe it altered his mind state. I mean, that's the most important years of mental development. Yeah. So maybe it caused maybe some sort of anxiety in him that just got over the top. And I felt, marriage is a big deal, man.
It is.
It's a lifetime commitment, man. It's forever for that person. Yeah. And with him, you got to think, if one of us fuck up, who's going to find out about it? Your wife, your parents, her parents, your friends. Yeah. If he fucks up.
Yeah, everybody sees
the whole world.
Yeah, and she gets embarrassed by it.
And then it's his fan base that's against him. And his fan base is mainly women. So you can't fuck off on Haley Baldwin. Sure. And then you're going to lose. So it's probably just this whole big thing. Like I feel
that's fair. No, that's fair. Dudes, I know you don't have anything to say about marriage, right?
I mean, I don't know. I'm just kind of like, damn, that's Paul. Paul made me go full circle with Justin Bieber's fucking whole life. Jesus Christ.
Do you want to talk about this last topic, or do you want to get up out of here?
What did we talk about right here?
Just as a deep topic.
Oh, the abortion rights.
Dude, we can go an hour.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I feel like you want
real quick. Do you just want to say your stance and then pause it, or do you?
Well, hey, look, guys, I'm pro-choice.
Pro-choice.
Yeah, I'm pro-choice. I think that option should be there for women, whether they get raped or not. Or reserved or not. Reserved. We're gonna get better at that.
Yeah. I think we have been better.
Not me. That's the first time I said reserved. But for sure. I don't think that even is necessary in this case. I know a lot of times it is. We do want to go to the extremes because in that case, I think it's of course
because extremes are reality.
Somebody shouldn't be stuck with an option that wasn't their choice. Exactly. You know what I mean? Or shouldn't be stuck with consequences for a decision that wasn't their choice. Right. But the reason I say that, I understand why it gets brought up because it's a reality. But the thing is, I don't even think you have to go that extreme. I think in these situations, it's a healthy thing to start at the median ground, which is like, hey, just any woman that towards the beginning of their pregnancy, for sure, where this is something that's still in the developing stages. It's hard to even consider it a living organism towards the first like.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, and that's where the topic gets
tough.
Is because it's science versus faith. So if you can understand that the two can coexist and that everything faith wasn't looked at through a scientific scope that we have now. Yeah. And understand that, okay, You don't want to kill a baby because it's murder and it's a living creature and it's God's creature and God's plan.
And it has a soul right off the bat, is what you're saying.
But that's a belief.
Is that the argument?
Well, that's some people's. Well, that's now the new argument. That was never the argument.
Okay. Can I respond to that argument before you get too deep? Because I'd like to say that in this country, even though we have religious freedom, we should not, and the idea is not, to make laws based off religion.
We should never.
And religious beliefs.
Separation of church and state.
Because you feel like there's a soul in this organism, we should not.
It's irrelevant.
We should not be making laws based off of your belief of a soul or whatever.
Sorry, I'll get better with the whole.
No, but please.
No, but I really like the back and forth, and then I realized it kind of seems different, kind of over top. But yeah,
no, but please go back. Get back
so
into that.
so because that's where I get into a lot of the conversation, and it's like again, like my wife, she grew up in Christian school, and early on in our relationship, dude, this is been a big thing that I hope we never have to come to.
Sure,
where it was she is against abortion, I am. If my daughter gets, reserved, she'll not have that fucking kid because she's not going to go through the mental torment of everyone picking on her because they don't know.
Well, but once again, it would be her decision, right?
Sure, if she wanted to keep that babe. No, actually, no. I had 12. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I didn't know we were talking about 12.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like I'm saying a young child.
12 is different.
That got reserved, right?
Got you.
And
12,
then
13,
got
14,
pregnant.
15.
Right. Well, my cousin got her period at 11 years old.
No, I feel you, but I mean, a lot of this conversation is centered around the choice of a woman.
Right.
So I think
that's fair.
We shouldn't push it off as like. It's an uncomfortable conversation, I guess, to have, but it is a real conversation to have.
Yeah.
Like, does the parent, does the male dad then get the option to say, no, you're going to go have an abortion? Like,
Does it get to say you have to have the baby?
Well, I think. Well, that's the thing, and that's where like you have parents who they're going to you got to think about what your kid's going to go through. Like everyone at school doesn't know what happened because she obviously isn't going to want to tell everybody that she got reserved. Yeah. So everyone's going to assume that she's just the hoe that got pregnant.
Sure.
So she's going to have that to walk around school with. Then you're going to have everyone around judging her. Then you're going to have her having to live with every moment she feels that thing move, kick, whatever. She is going to have to relive that moment. And you're just going to say, well, honey, God says this, and you should just accept it as a blessing. And probably it's not going to happen. Who knows? Baby's born. Big possibility. There's resentment towards a child.
Sure.
And then we have now...
Very complicated, no matter how you cut it.
It goes down.
Yeah.
And so my thing is, you have that. Then you have, if you want to get deeper, people are against welfare. People are against assistance. People are against all this shit, right? And what happens when a prostitute gets pregnant and has that baby? Do you care about that life then? Do you care when that baby gets dumped somewhere? Or are you going to run out and know that baby's out there and save its life? Or is it going to die in the cold or die of hunger? Is it going to go through the system, through foster care? Because my dad works with foster care kids, and I'm telling you right now, it's not the best system. Right. Sure. So where does it end? Is she going to be on welfare, and then you're going to bitch every day and protest and get mad about how your tax dollars go to the general welfare? First paragraph of the Constitution. So, like, where does this conversation go besides that you just think that God doesn't want them to be aborted? Once it's past that first trimester and we know by science that, hey, listen, it has a heartbeat, it's a baby, and you want to say then you're against it, I can understand. But I do want people to understand that there are people that go through, like when people say, well, you should know within the first, like they're doing like the 2 weeks thing.
Oh, yeah.
Your pregnancy test doesn't pick up.
Yeah, you don't even know.
Like, so how are you even going to, how is that even possible?
For sure.
So it's like, you can't make a law based off of religious belief that is per the Constitution.
Yeah.
And we're literally doing this only because of a religious belief that this country was literally found for the purpose of freedom of religion because they were forced to follow Catholicism in England.
Yeah, facts. Do you have anything to say on this topic before we shut it down?
I mean, I agree with you. I just don't get it. I don't get how they're trying to tell women what to do with their bodies. That to me just does not make much sense. Like, I get it. You don't feel like people should have abortions when babies are, developed and everything like that. But that, again, is not your choice. And that, again, is none of your goddamn business.
Exactly.
So at that point, it's like, what are you doing? That's what this is just politicians just, trying to just, get more votes so that, they're swinging their dick around saying, okay, who's going to jump on it?
Right.
And you have all these, people jumping on this fucking bullshit because right now there's so much shit that they can't control.
Yeah.
And this is the one thing that they feel like they can. So they want to have some say.
Well, and plus it's a party issue. So like this is something that is a Republican. Some things are red and blue, and this is one of those things where it's like, if you're red, then you are not in support of the abortion at all. If you're blue, then most likely you're in support of abortion. And honestly, it goes both ways. You know what I mean? Now, in this case, me personally, I align with obviously like the abortion rights, but. I think that there's other cases where that bites us in the ass, where it's like those people should be the most reasonable of us to be able to look at the issues that the country is facing and then really be able to make a reasonable decision for all of us and a direction for us to head.
And really, I mean, let's not get too personal, but how many people do you know that have had an abortion? And has anyone ever had an abortion that came and told you?
Yeah, well, that's why it's tough. So it's like when you ask how many people do I know, it's hard to say.
I'm not saying number. I'm saying, do you know a lot of people? Is this something that people walk up and say, hey, by the way, I had an abortion?
Well, the thing is, not that I know of, but I may know a ton of people that had abortion.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So you don't know. Yeah. So it's literally something that you don't know about.
Oh, so you're saying like it doesn't hurt you, mind your business.
And that's my thing. It doesn't affect you. You don't, because when that baby's born that you didn't want to be aborted, you don't give a fuck about that baby.
Yeah.
So it's like, why the hoopla? Are you going to take the baby in?
Well, I mean, look, and I don't want to make this too political before we sign off. But a lot of times the same people that will bitch about the people that want to do the abortion and say this baby needs to be born are the same people that will bitch about the government assistance going towards the mother that had the baby.
And that's what I'm saying. That shit, it count. And that's my problem with parties is a lot of it, dude, it's... You follow it to a T, and you don't even know the basis of what you're fucking caring about. Like, if you really break it down, it should just be a morality issue on each individual topic.
You're just rooting for the Commanders or you're rooting for the Dolphins.
That's
you know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. Whatever your guy is, it doesn't matter what your fucking guy is. That's your guy you're rooting for. If it's Taylor Haneke, it is what it is.
And that's so dumb. It's ridiculous. And it's like, dude, that's my problem. Is like, man, like you should be able to say, well, hold on, man.
Yeah.
Again, it's like how many people are against welfare? I know personally, family members who are against welfare
and on it.
Yeah,
me too.
And are on it when they don't need to be on it. Then I have family members who needed it, used it, got them by to where they are, and then will talk shit and vote against that same exact resources. And I look at them, I'm
Crab
like,
in a bucket.
And I'm like, what kind of asshole?
Yeah, that sucks.
And it's like, oh, okay, so it's good enough for you, but not the people over here. And it's like, no, what? Yeah, because your party, and it's like that's fucked up.
Yeah,
so again, we weren't trying to get too political.
Let's shut it down. Let's shut it down. Look, this is the Real Spill podcast. This is Big Baby James in the building, and you got Deuce Andretti here to my right with Paul. Three of us in here today. It was cool. It's a cool vibe. No, I like the three people thing. Whenever we get a chance to do it, it's cool.
Yeah, no, it's dope, man.
Missy Gates, Missy Bills.
Miss you Bills, Miss you Gates. Definitely wasn't the same vibe without them, but it was a cool vibe with y'all. I appreciate y'all.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
it's always
a great time, man.
Great shit, great content. Y'all subscribe, man. Like, share, man.
Yes, sir.
Keep
Help us blow up.
You know, when we blow up, you blow up. You know what I'm saying,
baby?
No, go crazy. Definitely also
talk shit in the comment section.
Sit in Politic on all the social medias, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, all of that, and DM me if you're interested in doing some collaboration. That's something that I'm looking forward to doing in the near future. So you'll see some more stuff from us, doing some interviews and stuff. And then just in general, like, share, subscribe, and share it with somebody that you love and you want to share some good content with them and all that. Deuce Andretti, find him on the social media platforms right there.
And if y'all want to get a guest star on the show, go ahead and holler at us. You know what I'm saying?
Holler at the kid.
You know what I mean? We'll get you on here somehow.
For sure.
We'll figure it out.
Absolutely. All right. Until next week.
Until next week, man.
We're out.
Check us in, man.
Toodles.
You know what I'm saying? We're out, baby. Fuck you.